there's some sample videos that they've been releasing of like what it can do. And it's producing very realistic images and very realistic backgrounds, editing. And you can pretty much do film scenes anywhere without sound stages, without going to locations, without transportation. It generated people, it generated places. So yeah, that's where we are right now.
That sounds like a lot.
What's up, everybody? I am Zap. This is Jericho, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music duo band at Future. We do clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And now you're tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that's funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But before we get started, before we jump into it, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. It's kind of important. Share this video with somebody in the film industry.
Ooh.
Because things are happening, man.
What's happening?
And it's happening real quick.
What's happening?
I talked about this before, and like, because I work in film in addition to music. But leading up to 2020, we saw a lot of changes in the film, especially outside of the Hollywood, LA area, where there weren't as many films and TV shows and stuff shot here because of various reasons, people are moving to other places. So now they're shooting in Atlanta and Chicago and Texas and New Zealand and Australia and all over the place. Then 2020 hits, and it was just chaos for everybody, especially the film industry. A lot of your favorite shows weren't being shot, shut down completely. And then when it did come back around, they had all these protocols. It was very hard to shoot. COVID, people had to be away from each other, all that kind of stuff. Fun times, right? And then recently we had all these strikes. You had a writer's strike, you had an actor's strike, and a lot of it was a portion of it was due to the new technologies, AI, people being generated and put into movies, and how do they still get paid and how much and all this kind of stuff, using their likeness and all this stuff. So that was like actors and writers. And we've seen that with musicians too, like the creators, AI and influencing like how we make music and cutting jobs and all this kind of stuff. It's not stopped. Like if you can't tell, they are marching on really, really quickly with this. And this thing of AI has spread past the, I guess, initial creators into everyone around the creators now. When it comes to like film, I mean, they show a lot of behind the scenes stuff right now. So I feel like people are used to seeing like how films come together. It is an army of people. Like it's a small village of people that it takes to like make the next Mission Impossible, like hundreds and hundreds of people. So we're talking about lighting people, sound people, electricians, carpenters who build like all the sets that you see, like especially sitcoms. Like it's crazy. If you ever get the chance to tour a film studio, like take a look at how much lumber is coming through there. And it's just like little 18-wheelers just full of lumber, because they have to build all of those places that you see on TV. And that's like one part that people don't really, I guess, think about. You got editors, you got sound people, like all this stuff that comes with making a film, right? So enter AI, right? Sure. So there's a big report that's going around. Hollywood Reporter interviewed Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry was speaking on something called OpenAI's Sora. Have you heard about that?
Yes.
All right. So we got OpenAI is the people behind ChatGPT, which has already changed everything. Recently, Sports Illustrated let go of like all of their writers
Right.
because they're doing this ChatGPT. It's just crazy. But now all the people that make movies come together. Now their jobs are in jeopardy with this open AI's Sora. And to put it in Tyler Perry's words, he said, if I wanted to be in the snow in Colorado, it's just text. If I want to write a scene on the moon, it's text. AI can generate it like it's nothing. I don't have to put it on my lot. I can just sit in the office and do this at my computer, which is shocking to me.
Hmm.
So, in the article, it said Tyler Perry was slated to drop like $800 million into expanding his studio. He was going to build 12 more stages, and then he immediately put a halt to it because of OpenAI's Sora.
Wow.
So, we'll show some pictures up here too of like there's some sample videos that they've been releasing of like what it can do. And it's producing very realistic images and very realistic backgrounds, editing, um, and you can pretty much do film scenes anywhere without sound stages, without
Hmm.
going to locations, without transportation. It generated people, it generated places. Um, so yeah, that's where we are right now.
That sounds like a
What
lot.
are, what are your thoughts now for the progression from Chat GPT to this?
I mean, I have an idea of what it looks like. I don't like the idea of taking jobs away from people, for one, and then for and until proven otherwise, I'll still see a really well done AI something, and it's just something about it gives me this like it's just this lacks this element of realism.
Mm,
However, I know it's getting better all the time, and at some point, I don't think I'll be able to notice. But just it's business is about saving money,
yes.
so it makes 100% like it makes perfect sense that they want to do that instead of spending all the money on stages and every that. But it just seems like it loses the. So if I see this movie and it's like an amazing movie and they have all these locations, and then when I find out that they just did it all on a computer, for me that loses something. You know, Lord of the Rings, all the New Zealand backdrop and all this. No, we just did it in the computer. Actually, it's not. We didn't go anywhere. It's like, oh man, something about it to me doesn't
But see, the thing
do it.
is, it's not because I think the buzzword before this is CGI.
Right.
So it's just like I feel like it only loses that for you because you know that it's like that. But I think there's stuff now like the CGI stuff where it's like you can't really tell. Like I feel like that part has gotten so good that you can't really tell sometimes like what is CGI and what is not.
Dude, just on a simple scale, I've been talking to people on, Zoom or Google Meet, and I'll be talking to them like, "Oh man, where are you?" And they're like, "Oh, that's just the background from the from the program. Like, I'm not here. I'm in my house."
Yeah,
And I'm looking like, no, like that's gotten really good. So
yeah.
I can imagine if no one told me, sure. But then I have those doubts. Like, I wonder if I do it now with commercials for sure. Like, are
Mhm.
all those people in that? Is that really, or is it just he? And it maybe it's already been here, and I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah. There's definitely pieces of it that have been here for a long time.
Sure.
Um, Especially like big crowd scenes and stuff like that.
Right.
Um, it's definitely
Yeah, I know that the big Ed Sheeran music video a couple of years ago was kind of that because it's basically him and I think 100% or mostly AI CGI generated background characters, and they all look really real.
mm. So yeah, that's
I don't like it though. That's all. I just don't like it. just because it's moving into a direction that my brain wasn't ready to accept as a possibility.
Mm.
You know.
Well, I mean, people. I personally, I have no idea. I mean, I won't say that. I do have an idea. AI is going to win. So
Sure. No,
it's
without a
going
doubt.
to win eventually. That's
Without a
just,
doubt.
I feel like, um, it's like everyone's saying you're on the train track, and everyone's saying the train is coming. And it's like, let's all band together and stop the train. And it's like,
Yeah, you can try all you want. It's not going to work.
uh,
I acknowledge that.
it's like it's respectable. It's like let's hold on to what we have, but at the same time, it's just like, well, how can we not get hit? Let's also think about that.
Yeah.
How can we not get hit by this train? So, like, I don't know. People can do their own thing. I personally have been. Um, well, it depends on what you want to do. Also, it's some people are of the mind of we need to work to integrate the
Sure.
AI, um, because it's like you did on another podcast. Okay, we're losing jobs, but other jobs are being created too.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you preparing yourself for the job that's being created, or are you just trying to hold off the train that's coming? So, it's not easy. It's a complicated situation.
Yeah, I want people to have jobs, and I would
Yeah.
hope maybe actors get paid more. Probably not, or something. Someone, right? Something happens where it's okay. We're not spending that much money. This because if you can,
Mhm.
just the idea of possibly being able to save $800 million like Tyler Perry is like that's crazy.
Yeah. But the flip side, again, what is it positive? Is it negative? It depends on how you look at it. It reminds me of music.
Mm-hmm.
Because I only knew music and I got to film. I was like, there's bigger budgets, money's flowing, all these different people working. It's like it was so much of a big industry than music. And then it kind of made me think that music used to be like this, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Until technology, right? The streaming and all that kind of stuff made it really different. And same thing, jobs were lost, but new stuff was created. And one of the biggest thing is that it leveled the playing field for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So the big people weren't as big, but also like people you never heard of now had a chance to you know, even out.
Yeah, right.
So if you don't have a budget and you can create a blockbuster movie in your bedroom, it's the same way you can create a full album in your bedroom now. Like recording studios, like you don't need them anymore. So like it's the same thing. I think it's a unique perspective as musicians seeing this happen to film and
Mm-hmm.
like what could possibly be the end result and where everything's going to move.
We're just all living in a simulation anyway, so it
Yes.
doesn't.
Welcome to the Matrix, Neo. You are the one. Well, that's it for this episode. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video
Do all that.
with somebody who's in film might possibly be losing their job. You might lose your job. Hold on to your job. Yeah, it's coming. Oh, make a movie in your bedroom.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
They interview people who swear by this. Now, I know you'll be like, were there any scammers? There's lots, of course. There's lots of people who are claiming this, building cults, and then basically eating French fries behind the scenes. And the most famous, and this is real, well, this guy named. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho. This is Zap. We are the now 8-time international award-winning pop-hip-hop duo Bandit Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And right now, you are tuned in to the Lifestyle Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and just straight ridiculous. So before we get into this thing, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with 2 people who are tired of eating, who want to find a different way. Did you know there's a different way? Did you know that there's an answer? That if you don't want to eat, you don't have to anymore.
It better be a good answer, because I want to eat.
No. Check it out. Hear me out. You don't have to eat.
That's my favorite pastime.
Well, maybe this will be more of your favorite pastime.
Skeptical.
They say it in 2 different ways: breatharianism or breatharianism. I'm not sure which one. Stop shaking your head. You haven't even heard the whole thing. It's where you basically eat the air and you don't eat the food. That's it. Doesn't that sound fantastic?
See, I blame these millennials.
No, this is old, man. This is old stuff. This is old stuff. So, for those of you who have never heard the term breatharianism or breatharianism, I hear both. The guy in the video that I was listening to said both back to back, including in his annotations. I was like, okay, so pick one, dude. But anyways, it's the idea that human beings do not need to eat calories to sustain energy. And there is evidence of this, although there's lots of skepticism, understandably. You don't like this at all. I understand.
Fake news.
So let me tell you a little bit about it. It all started with a study of a guy named Prahlad Jani. And he was a man, I think he's from India or Pakistan, one of the two. And basically he passed away a few years ago, but at the time he had not eaten or drank anything for 70 years. That's what he said. 70. Okay. And so everyone was like, that's kind of ridiculous. Doesn't sound real. And every scientist said there's no way this is possible. So they decided to study the man. They took him to a hospital, did everything, CAT scans, and checked his levels of everything. And they say that for 15 days, this man did not eat or drink. He didn't poop. He didn't pee, nothing. And none of his levels changed. And that he had an energy that wasn't related to calories. And they can't to this day figure it out. Because calories equal energy, literally, right? You eat calories, you get energy. He didn't. And after the 15 days, because he basically just sat on the bed the whole time they did the studies, and then he just sat there. And when he sat there, they said he kind of went into this trance state. And what they say that a lot of these people do is they're meditating, but the meditation allows them access to a part of the human body that is actually able to process air and sunlight as if you were a plant. That is literally what happened. And then they let him go and he lived his life. There's other cases of this, but that's just kind of scratching the surface of it. So just off of the initial thing, y'all in? You ready to try it? You ready? You ready to jump in? Because you don't have to eat. You can just not eat.
Yeah. I skipped dinner the other night, and I was so incredibly hungry the next morning. So in that little bit of time, I don't think air would have done it for me. I don't understand. I don't think
you're really seeing this. You're so.
I don't think they're really seeing this. You
can be like a tree. You can be like a tree. I'm not for this or against this. I think I am a skeptic as well. However, there's another study of a guy much more recently. They called him the Buddha boy in Nepal, and they basically found this cat sitting. Well, it's a guy, but I call him a cat. He was sitting under a tree for about a year, just sitting there, and everyone was like, "What's up with this guy? He didn't move." And so they just would take pictures of him and give him gifts, and he was just sat there. And then after about a year, he disappeared. And they said, what happened? Then he apparently had just got up because he got tired of people looking at him. So he went somewhere into the woods, and he's just sitting there. And if you watch the video, it's really creepy because it's like, is he dead? But he says that because he actually spoke a couple times, he's just connected to the source that his ancestors knew and all that kind of stuff. And they talked like his friends, like, yeah, he doesn't eat, doesn't drink, he just vibes out. And that's the thing. Oh, the friend said that they converse telepathically, which is kind of an extra thing that I'm a fan of. I like the idea. None of it sounds
Kind
plausible.
of an extra
And
thing.
right, and science is all this isn't a thing. It can't be real. Yet there are a few cases of this happening. The patron saint of Switzerland in the 1700s, Nicholas of Fleur, apparently the last 20 years of his life, he only ate light, right? So there was a study done in 2014 about the sun gazing, which is some parts of China say that that's what they do, not staring at the sun, but using the sun as energy. And there was a proof that human mitochondria can actually process sunlight and convert it to energy. That's what science is starting to, okay, maybe there's something to this. But the idea that you only eat air, sun, isn't most widely accepted version of this breatharianism thing. It's kind of a spectrum. So there's 3 levels. One is called BEGO. And that's where you don't eat anything. You don't drink anything. You just exist. And you're one with nature, and you don't have to, like I said, the energy comes from something that is not caloric. And then there are people that only drink like liquids, and that's like the second step of it. And the third is eating 200 to 300 calories a day, mostly just fruits or vegetables. So the only extensive study that did of this was of a guy. They studied him for 410 days, and he was averaging about 200 calories a day. And he lost a considerable amount of weight, but he was fine, right? And the hunger thing is something that goes away after a while because your body learns to cope, I suppose. So it's kind of getting more popular as people are tired of maybe the Western way of trying to stay healthy or be healthy, the standard American diet, which apparently is leaving a lot of people with disease and things like that. They're looking for other things. So they're looking for this thing. Now, another term for this idea is seeking prana. And basically breatharianism is living on prana and taking energy directly instead of what we do when we eat stuff is we take the energy from the thing. But this practice just makes the energy coming directly to us without any middleman, basically. And that's the whole rundown. But they interview people who swear by this. Now, I know you'll be like, were there any scammers? There's lots, of course. There's lots of people who are claiming this, building cults, and then basically eating French fries behind the scenes. And the most famous, and this is real, was this guy named Willie Brooks. And basically he built this cult up somewhere in the desert, somewhere in the United States. And one day somebody went to McDonald's late at night and they're like, that looks like Willie. Sure was. He got caught Big Mac handed, and they stopped following him because they know he was full of it. But it is something that, like I said, people are looking to as maybe this is another way to live as far as prolonging life. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to die. The initial guy that I mentioned, he died when he was 90. And if you looked at him, he looked fine. Like he wasn't jumping over buildings, but he could walk fine. He'd clear mind, all the kind of stuff. So it's just something that is starting to become, more people are trying it. More Westerners are trying it. Okay. So have I convinced you yet? Are you going to do it? Or what do you think is possible could be happening instead? Okay. Maybe they're just eating at night when no one's looking at them. In your mind, any remote truth, any remote possibility this is actually a thing that you or I could try and not die. Science said we die, but science said that the guy that they had in the hospital would have been dead in 12 days, and he lived 15 and he was fine, and that's what they let him go. Like, there's no way we can keep watching him like this. But what do you think? Do you have any?
It's a bad sign when like the more you keep talking, the worse. The more it doesn't make sense.
Sure.
It is. I will say this: it is intriguing.
Sure.
Because I am trying to figure out in my head how is this scientifically possible, and the first thing I thought about was, okay, like you said, the different levels. You need liquids,
Right.
like as a base, I think. So, is there a way to, because there's moisture in the air, is whatever these guys are doing, is it like extracting moisture out of the air into your body
Mm-hmm.
and somehow providing liquids? It's this sounds really weird, but it's just like
Right.
maybe there is some kind of something to this.
Sure. Well, here's the thing. If anyone is interested in it, there is a channel on YouTube called Take a Deep Breath that really is more about breath work in general, but he explores a lot about the subject. And he interviewed probably the world's most renowned expert on the subject, whose name is P.A. Straubinger.
PA.
P.A. or PA, P.A. Straubinger. And he basically says, well, we can go 3 days without water. We can go 45 days without food. We can go about 10 minutes without air. So in a sense, we're all breatharians because we kind of, when we're not eating or drinking, we're breathing. And his idea is that people that have access to just making the breath part kind of override. It's almost like, okay, for diet, what we need fat, we need protein, we need carbs, right? So let's just use all of one instead of a balance of all three. And so the breatharians, I don't know how to say anymore. Breatharian, I'm gonna go with that. Instead of eating, drinking, and breathing, they just take breathing and make that the only thing they do. So in that sense, it's like, that's really interesting. But it does sound very far-fetched. Would I ever want to do it? Not in a million years. It does not sound fun because if you're not, most things that you do when you're social, you're eating and stuff. You're not eating. What are you doing? You're just sitting around. And these people do just kind of sit still. You ever see like a bug or a creature and you see it and it's just there? It's like, what are you doing? That's what they are. They just sit there and they're channeling the thing. So if you have to spend most of your time doing that, I'd much rather eat a steak and then keep it pushing. So that's just me. But
so here's my other wild theory as to how it could possibly work.
Tell me.
Just this makes no sense, but whatever.
Sure.
You think about, because the light, I mean, in my head, you're doing some kind of Naruto jutsu and you're pulling in moisture from the air. Yeah. That's how it's working in my head right now.
I'll take it. And
no one can tell me any different. So now it's like, okay, you've got the liquid part. What about all the solid, like protein, all that kind of stuff? I'm thinking about all the microscopic organisms that are around us, all the bacteria, all the stuff that's on us. I read something the other day that was just like, there's all these things on our faces.
Yeah, everything.
There's just like thousands of these little whatever. And then there's stuff all in the air. What if they're just like focusing so hard on the breathing that they're like intaking all of these microorganisms that have all of this stuff that we have with food? So basically it's like they're eating all the time, just microscopic versions of food.
So they're whales.
Boom.
You heard it here first. People.
Boom. I wish I had a mic. Where's a microphone?
Breatharians or whales? That's what I heard.
Nobel Peace Prize right here. Give it to me.
I don't know if pieces of the thing you get for this. I feel like we riots in the street. Guess what, everybody? Closing down KFC and Popeyes because you just open your mouth and walk around.
Oh, what if you opened an air restaurant and just charge people $20?
People would go. I know people would go. All right, that's. Oh gosh, I'm
$20 all you can eat.
It's the purest air from the mountaintops of Sweden. Well, I think that this is a fascinating thing that if people want to investigate more, go for it. But like I said, I'm not going to try it. So if you do, leave a comment that says you tried it and that you're going to live forever because you found Nirvana. I'm not sure. Live your life. But this has been another episode of the Lifestyle Circus podcast. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this video with someone that you think will find it interesting, and just keep this in mind. All right. Let's hit home. If you don't eat, you don't need to buy food.
Well, yeah.
If you don't need to buy food,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you don't need a job.
You don't need a job. You don't need a job because you don't have to buy food. You just eat air. Oh, it's not possible.
They took our jobs! They took our jobs! Took our deer! Took our deer!
Dumb, but it stayed on its feet.
Oh.
That was crazy. Okay. I guess I'll just save all the comments for the...
Oh.
Why is it coming to this? Why are we all going to go out this way? I didn't think we'd go out this way.
I would watch this.
I feel like
Oh, come on, we can get through this. All right. Oh, it's recording. Oh man. Okay, bring it back. What's up, everybody? I'm Zap. That's Jericho, and this is Bandit Future. And I found this on the internet, man. In true human form, Jericho, we've been blessed with this gift of robotics and AI. And what are we gonna do with it? We're gonna make it fight each other.
The world's first kickboxing tournament exclusively featuring humanoid robots just took place in China. Here's everything we know about this first of its kind robot rumble, and of course, all the best highlights.
For this video.
6 different robots slugged it out for the top spot, each with a team of human operators outside the ring, giving robots commands via remote control. The robots were armed with several different combat moves that Unitree says came from
that doesn't
external
even look
experts.
real, man. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
That doesn't even look real. Remember those little things that you'd have like way back in the day? Those little, I guess a board game, but it was 2 real robots and each person.
Yeah. What were those called? Like Sock'em, Rock'em, Sock'em,
something like that.
Yeah.
It's just that, but times 1,000. And
This is so great. I love this so much.
I don't want this to. Gosh, he's gonna kick it. And it's gonna remember him, get him in like a decade. Anyways, just keep going. I feel like we do this to ourselves, and then we blame other people. That's what I feel like is going to happen.
We just start building these things, and our first thought is like, "Hey, let's have them punch each other and kick each other."
Nah, that's
entertainment.
That's our second thought. The first thought was sex robots.
Oh, well,
for
that's
sure,
That's
for
happening
sure.
too.
But this is a close second, I would say.
Yay, humanity! Are these the G? These are the G ones, right?
I think
You were talking about
like a,
the yeah, these are the Unitree G. We have another video about that. I put a link to it. And the guy, man, these comments, you guys comment whatever you want. But there was a guy like trying to fight us, like, oh, it's not as good as the Tesla bot, and blah 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 blah. I have not seen the Tesla bot do this.
Nor have I. Nor do I want to.
And it's, I know the Tesla bot is like more advanced. It does. These are 2 different things. But the main thing about this particular, the G ones, like you were talking about, is the agility.
When they get up, it doesn't look real, man. Like that looks crazy.
These moves include straight punches, hooks, uppercuts, a roundhouse kick, front knee, and what looks to me like a front kick or push kick. Martial arts experts, let us know down in the comments which one you think it is. The robots are also...
So you can do all of those punches.
I can still pretend this is fake until I see it in person. At least I have a happy place in my head that says somehow this isn't real because it doesn't look real, and I can just pretend. Until I see it, I'll pretend that it's not real.
Jericho, it can roundhouse kick you in the face if it wants to.
I know it, but I think it wants to. That's the thing I don't like. I think it wants to. I think it's like take all comers, bro. It's gonna keep getting more crazy. This is already crazy.
Yeah. Let's watch some more.
able to pivot and move around, as well as stand up from a fall. In the opening
way it
match, it
gets
was
back
blue
up.
versus purple, with the other robots standing in the corners of the ring, cheering on the robot-on-robot carnage. While it's humans calling the shots from the sidelines, the robots themselves must maintain their
crazy.
balance while taking punches and performing kicks and knees that sometimes force them onto one leg. Unitree says this was achieved by a combination of sensors in the robot, which feed it information on its body position, as well as AI reinforcement learning performed in some.
It's impressive.
What was that?
It's impressive those little steps that they take to get their balance back.
Yeah.
That's gotta be really hard to replicate.
The next round saw the black-clad robot named AI Strategist facing off against the robot in pink, known as the Silk Artisan.
Name.
While it took these robots a second to find each other on the battlefield, eventually they locked in, resulting in one of the most devastating clashes of the entire event. AI Strategist took the first fall when a kick threw it off balance, but it was back on its feet and taunting its opponent in no time. In the next round, the Silk Artisan got its leg caught on the AI Strategist, causing it to stumble, but it stayed on its feet.
That was crazy because check it out. For a human, that's a torn ACL right there. You see that? And it was just like hated it, and then just kept moving. That's so.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
That was
In no time.
that
In the
was
next round,
crazy.
the Silk Artisan got its leg caught on the AI Strategist, causing it to stumble, but it stayed on its feet. Both sides landed some good.
That's wild.
In the next round, Black delivered a devastating knee to Pink, but it wasn't enough to keep
Knee
the
to
Silk
your
Artisan
face.
down. The face-off came to a brutal conclusion when Pink went for a right hook as Black went for the knee, throwing the Silk Artisan off balance and sending its legs all over the place in a finisher that looks like it belongs in a Mortal Kombat video game. AI Strategist celebrated the
Family Guy.
devastating blow by falling face first over the Silk Artisan in a nail-biting conclusion to a thrilling match. In the penultimate bout, Power Core Guardian in green went punch for punch with Armored Mulan in red. The fight began with a clash of kicks.
Dang.
Robots traded blows back and forth. Green took the first fall when a kick went wrong, but it was back on
They're
its
all the
feet in
same
no time.
size. They're both the same size. And I guarantee what's going to start to make these more interesting is the modifications, or what, I guess whatever within the parameters of the rules. They can have bigger legs or smaller, whatever it is to kind of make them a little bit different. But that's when it's going to get kind of crazy.
The final round saw AI Strategist facing off against Power Core Guardian. Once again, we saw the robots get stuck together and need to be
Headlock.
separated. Green took the first fall while attempting to knee the robot in black, but came back strong, seeming totally unmoved by what appeared to be a powerful kick from AI Strategist.
For this, I feel like it's gonna be more similar to like MMA or boxing, where like they're the same weight and size, and then but you can train them to, because right now it looks like they have like, I don't know, 6, 7 moves that they can do.
Yeah.
But what if you train it to like where it has, you know, all these different combinations? It's like a video game, a live action.
I just want to know if those controllers are the same as like Street Fighter, like down, down, up, up, roundhouse, like something. And then I hope so.
AI Strategist took home the top prize at the China Media Group World Robot Tournament,
Nice.
Mecha Combat Arena. The G1 humanoid robot comes in several different models, and
So whoa, what's that? That's a little bit extra. Like they're not doing that.
The intro?
No, just right there. That robot that just did like this
World Robot
jumping
Tournament,
spinning kick.
Mecha Combat Arena.
Yeah.
The G1 humanoid robot comes in several different
Oh, I don't
models,
like
and
that.
for this competition,
Yeah, man, it's getting real.
These guys, oh my goodness, they can't jump. Seems not yet, not great, but they'll be able to.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any of them jump.
I've seen videos of robots that can jump, but it seems like they're just jumping back and forth. But like, imagine these things being able to jump and do like. There's nothing that'll stop them from being able to jump 20 feet in the air. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be impressive. I just, for the spectacle of it, is it worth our safety? Is it? Internet? Is it?
I mean, well, if someone just programs a bunch like 10 of these to just come to your house,
Yeah, man.
that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Can't take
But
all.
for now, yay, look, it's fun. Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments. The first ever humanoid robot kickboxing tournament. I can't believe that's a sentence that I'm saying. That's a sentence that I'm saying in the year of our Lord, 2025. Share this video with anyone you think might find it interesting. And I don't know what to say, y'all. I just found this on the internet. We out. I think that's my catchphrase. I think that's it.
I see you. I see you.
I don't know what to tell you. I just found it on the internet.
There have always been these things that say, "Oh, well, try this will work," and it's low effort on your part, right? Low effort, high reward, which isn't the way life works. But people always want to hear, and as long as people can promise that and show someone it works for somebody, they'll buy into it. Everyone only wants to be sexy and slam. But I have a solution. A solution that I think works 100% of the time. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho, and this is Zap, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop duo, Bandit Future. That's right. We make clean and fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that is uniquely California. And right now, in this moment, you're tuned into the Lifestyle Circus podcast, where we're talking about stuff that is funny, interesting, and ridiculous. So before we get into this thing right here, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with 2 people who want to lose weight. We're talking about it again because I know I see you. You want to drop some of them LBs, and there's a new way to do it. Now, of course, as always, not as always, as sometimes, stay tuned to the end because I have the answer for you. I got the answer. You came with the right place. Your boy got you. I got the answer for you, but we're going to talk about this new thing. So, Sir Zap, have you heard of Ozempic?
Ozempic?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds familiar, like one of those late night Pfizer commercials or something. Is it a pill?
People make it.
Oh, okay.
But it's
sounds like a pill you take.
Well, it's an injection. And it's
okay.
all the rage because I don't know if you've seen Oprah's lately, Oprah plural, because she is omnipotent, I suppose, or omnipresent. But Oprah's is, I'm just going to say it like that every time. Oprah's is very slim right now. And everyone's like, "What happened to Oprah? What are you doing?" And she's like, "I ain't gonna tell." Because that's what she said. They're not gonna say. But everyone suspects that it's this Ozempic thing. Now, Oprah's whole thing is, "I don't have willpower, so I never have. I'm fat, so I'm just gonna do it." It's like, okay, more power to you. But Ozempic is actually a diabetes drug, and a side effect is that you lose weight really fast, apparently. So, of the celebrities I've heard of, people either speculate or have confirmed that Chelsea Handler's used it, Tracy Morgan's used it, Kelly Clarkson used it, Mindy, I don't know how to say her last name.
Kayleen.
Yeah. She's used it, and they have crazy results. So it's another one of those. Guess what? You don't have to work. You just have to take this, and then you'll get slimmer. And the result of the proof is in the pudding. People look amazing in a relatively short amount of time. Okay. I got some stats for you, but just off of the bat, if I said just right off the bat, "Hey man, I got this thing," and it's an injection, so you got to do it yourself. That's already not fun, but I'm gonna give you this injection. Oh, you have to do it, and you get to lose weight. You get to lose weight really fast. What would be the question you'd ask me first if I tell you that?
Besides the side effects?
Very nice. That sounds right. That sounds like what I would want to know. And the thing is, this thing only came out last year.
But wait a minute, it's a diabetes drug, so the side effect is losing weight. So is there a side effect to the side effect?
Oh man, you are a smart one. Well, the side effect of taking it is that you basically lose your appetite and you get a little nauseous, so you don't want to eat, and that's why it works, right? The problem is,
you sound like something crazy is coming down the pipe.
It's nothing crazy. It's just kind of more like duh. If you stop taking it,
you gain your weight back.
You're not only tenfold. Your appetite comes back with such a vengeance that you go back like instantly and like plus some. So is it addictive?
Wow.
Well, you have to stay on it for it to keep working. Because as soon as the thing that it makes you do to not eat is exactly what it reverts to once you get off of the drug. And it's crazy. So now here's the other thing about it. And this is the thing I thought you might have asked. but you inject yourself, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you ever injected yourself, but
Not on purpose.
I never have. But from what I understand is that you have to know how much to inject, right?
Okay.
The problem is they don't really tell you. You just figure it out. So just inject an amount in this. And then so what happens is people inject themselves and it works. So they go, oh my God, maybe I should inject some more so it can work better, right? In the last 3 months, poison control centers have had a 1,500% increase in calls from people saying that they overdosed when they injected their diet control pill or diet control. Yeah, that's what's happening because people are that stupid. So, now, okay, we get it, right? You want to be slim, you want to be sexy, you want to be attractive, and you don't want to do anything for that, right? That's just maybe the American way. This drug, also another question you might have asked is it banned anywhere? It sure is. This drug is banned so far in Austria, France, Greece, and the Czech Republic, with more places to come, perhaps. But the numbers don't lie, right? 42% of Americans are obese, 18% of children are obese, and then everyone knows the links to death and all that kind of stuff if you're obese, with a high probability. So you want to get slimmer. But this is just another thing. I guess my other question would be, have you heard of any things like this in the past that have promised the same, hey, take this and you'll get, slimmer, more sexy?
Not, I can't think of any. I'm sure there's other stuff out there. I can't think of anything off the top of my head other than like liposuction or something like that.
Sure, which works, but I looked it up. In the 40s, it was amphetamine. That was all the rage. It was the big deal, and that was proved to be addictive. Rainbow pills in the 60s, which was amphetamine, digitalis, and diuretics, and that proved to be addictive and somewhat fatal if you take too much. There's a thing called Aminorex in 1971. This is all before our time, right? Now, the thing that I remember hearing about in the 90s, there was this thing called fen-phen, and it was a big deal with the celebrities. Yeah, and a lot of celebrities, took it, and apparently it works. But now this new Ozempic, I think I'm saying it correctly. They're saying that a lot of celebrities are getting paid to promote it, to push it, and I think that always, that's always the way to go. But it's just like, I'm really concerned for these people that are basically getting guinea pigged, right? It's like, we'll see if this works. And then what's going to happen to them in 6 months when they're like, oh, by the way, this causes all of the things.
Yeah. That's how a lot of stuff goes with. Like anything, there has to be people who test it out first. So yeah, it's weird. The thing that I randomly remember when you were talking about things from the 90s was like Slim Fast. Oh, sure. Although that's not like a drug, but it's like, I remember that was like a huge thing, and people, maybe even Oprah did it at one point. I don't know.
Oprah's done everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of Slim Fast commercials with celebrities and stuff, and then the tagline was like, "Give us a week, we'll take off the weight." So yeah.
Oh. Jingly. Now, there's something that I heard about, but I didn't remember happening or existing. But apparently, there was a substance that you could ingest if you wanted to lose 15 pounds today. It was a big deal. Yeah, you take it and you go to. I would imagine it would just take all of the moisture out of your body. That's what I imagine.
Yeah,
but it would dry you up or something. And a friend of mine did something like that to, I guess, for a drug test. So he had to get so he took some pill, and he said he thought he was having a heart attack for like 5 hours, and he just like had to keep going to the bathroom, and then he was very slim. It was kind of an unexpected side effect, and he still failed the drug test, though. Bad on him. But the idea is that there've always been these things that say, oh, well, try this will work, and it's low effort on your part, right? Low effort, high reward, which isn't the way life works, but people always want to hear. And as long as people can promise that and show someone it works for somebody, they'll buy into it. Everyone only wants to be sexy and slam. But I have a solution. A solution that I think works 100% of the time.
Does it involve exercise and proper diet?
You know what's weird? It does, but it's actually doing that. That's the part that people don't seem to get. It's like, okay, because here's an idea that'll work. Cool. Proper diet and exercise. All right. Maybe don't eat too much. Let's just start with that. You don't got to go sweat. I know sweating's yucky and you get sore and ew, right? But how about just don't eat so much? Food's delicious, but you know what it tastes like. So just stop eating that stuff. Okay? That's true. But doing it is a whole nother thing. So do that. Don't eat so much and just start with that. And then like that's all it is. That's literally all it takes. Everyone knows that, but no one wants to go that route. So instead they'll try Ozempic and it works phenomenally. So we'll see what happens. Now, last thing, the company that makes it, I forget the name of the company that makes it, but they made $4.8 billion.
Of course they did.
In just the third quarter of 2023.
That's a lot of $1 billion.
I believe what was it? I forget the company they're based off of, someplace in Europe, but their gross income was greater than like the GDP of the whole country, basically. And sure, so people are going to keep buying into that. So if you try Ozempic, it'll work for a while, and good luck to you. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe try the other thing that I suggested, but I'm no expert. I just,
Wow.
I look like this and you look like that. Oh, take that. So anyways, leave it like that. This has been another episode of I wish I had like a pipe right now. I don't know why. This has been another episode of the Life's Circus podcast. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this video with people that want to know about losing weight the responsible way. Thumbs up, maybe a ding sound, maybe. And, stop eating that stuff. I got nothing else to say. We out.
They took our jobs! They took our jobs! Took our deer! Took our deer!
Bro, when I tell you I was blown away by this video.
Interesting.
This isn't, I had no idea it could do this. What's up, everybody? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and you're now tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that's funny, interesting, and ridiculous. And today, we're talking about how far ChatGPT has come, Jericho, including its ability to tell jokes, because it recently roasted a popular comedian. It told some jokes, and it was really good. It was actually really good. So you stay to the end to find out what ChatGPT actually said, who the comedian was that got roasted, and all the other new developments that are happening with ChatGPT. But before we jump into that, you guys know what it is. Every time, hit that like button. That lets the YouTube algorithm know that more people see this video. Hit that subscribe button. That helps our channel grow. And if you really like us,
It's a lot of really.
You can hit that join button. That'll take you to our membership. You become a member and support this channel. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this yet, Jericho, but I knew I'm going to mess up saying, if you say ChatGPT 10 times in a row, it's just not going to come out right.
ChatGPT.
We'll edit that out. Anyway, ChatGPT now has voices. Are you aware of that?
I was not aware of that.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Yeah. you can now talk to Chat GPT like you're talking to a regular person.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
We'll let the cat out the bag right at the beginning of the episode here. The comedian that got roasted was Kev on stage.
Okay.
So Kev on stage, if you don't know him, is a popular comedian who really got his start on the internet. I think now you see him on TV here and then, but he's just real popular on the internet. I watch a lot of his stuff. I think he's funny. I think his whole crew is funny. Really kind of like self-built. He has like he did a lot of stuff for the All Deaf platform, and then he built his own Kev on Stage studio. He does tours, all that kind of stuff.
Yes, go on.
He has this podcast segment. I think it's called like I saw this on the internet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and a bunch of his comedian friends just talk about stuff, and they were talking about Chat GPT, and this is the moment where they introduced it to Kev. And this is where he found out that it could actually talk.
I had went on a really bad date, right? And I thought I was tripping. And I was going to chat. I was like, I told the Chat GPT the scenario. And he broke it down. He was like, you ain't tripping. You a beautiful queen. And you deserve X, Y, and Z.
Wasn't talking like that.
Right.
Where'd you get yours from?
In New York Chat GPT.
Not,
It was like, you cool, you heard?
he's black British, right? So
You're in it.
He was mad sweet, and he broke it down, and he gave me such upliftment, and I was like, hold up.
What you doing later? I live in your phone.
Hey, when you're in that conversation mode with it, it really be talking to you like a person.
Because
Like
I put the audio on.
Yeah, you can have a conversation. Like you can say,
so you're hearing it.
You can.
Oh, I didn't even know this was a
You
feature.
can set it up so you can talk to it. Like, 'cause I had a thing where we did a mock interview with it. It was like, oh, totally. Let me know if you want to run some more. Like, let me know if you want to run some more scenarios. And be like, yeah, I'd love to run some more. Okay, well, here's a scenario where it talks just like that.
What,
bro?
I didn't even know this was a possibility.
Bro,
wait till it gets a body.
It ain't. Is that right now?
Yeah, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I said, Chat GPT,
smashed.
can you tell my friends hi?
Absolutely. Hey, friends.
You put that nigga voice on
says
it.
hi, and if you don't know, you know that hi is just the beginning of something dope, hilarious, or legendary.
This nigga trying to fuck. Hey, yo! He trying to.
He's awful.
Graphic for you.
That nigga said legendary.
So yeah.
That's wild. Also, I can't let it slide that the lady there said the word upliftment. But, I'm guilty of making up words all the time, so maybe that's just part of her thing, or maybe I don't know something she knows, but I don't think that's a word.
So what do you think about the voice? Was that like, do you have different thoughts about Chat GPT now that it can sound like that?
No, because I've used the voice thing in the past where you talk to it and then it just types out the response, but like, okay. Oh, this is actually interesting.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I think some people, when they read something, automatically hear a voice and other people don't. I think it's like scientifically proven or something, or rather like some people can't. Some people can't hear the voice and other people can. I can. So anytime I read something, I feel like something's being heard. So I've never, I guess, divorced the idea. So just hearing it out loud is like, yeah, I always heard something when I read whatever ChatGPT told me. So it's not weird to me.
That's suspicious.
I think the cool thing about it, and then you'll hear it later when it tells jokes, was like the personalization, right? That's not like a brother, man. Like,
I know, and I'm sure
like you hear Siri and you hear Alexa. We've had that for like so many years, and then the Chat GPT is like, "Hey, man, just want to say hi to you guys," and it's like, what?
What?
I've seen it coming forever because I've gotten this. It's like a voiceover company in LA, and they send me emails all the time, and they're like, "Hey, we're looking. They'll pay, I don't know, $2,000, but they need someone that sounds like this voice sample, and that's like a real voice sample, and it could be a Puerto Rican guy or a black guy from New York or whatever. But I know they're accumulating all that information so that they can make stuff like this."
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Have you ever used Chat GPT to like do something creative like tell jokes?
I've used it to try to get tones. Like if I do something for like my coaching on Instagram, and it says after it writes out, give me an idea for this. Do you want the tone to be more personal, more funny, more humor, whatever? I'll use it like that, and it gets it pretty right most of the time. It changes the length, like the way that the words are being expressed. So, in that sense, yes, but strictly creative. I guess I've asked it for song lyrics before in the past when it definitely wasn't great at it. Maybe it's better by now, but not recently.
It's definitely a no for me, dog.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because I've used it for song lyrics, and I still don't think it's great. I really don't. But it isn't great. Let me put it like this: it isn't great for just like it spits out a thing, and then you can just take it immediately.
Right. Yeah.
It's great for generating ideas. It comes up with things that I wouldn't have necessarily thought of, like right off the bat, and then I just take pieces of it that I think are cool.
Wow, nice.
And I feel like I've tried it before also with some kind of humorous thing or some kind of joke. And it was just like super corny, and it just wasn't because these are like we're talking about things that like make us human. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not just input and output. It's the details, and like to be a musician or to be a comedian, you have to like have a certain command over language and kind of know like what goes together, what is actually funny to people, stuff like that. And man, bro, when I tell you I was blown away by this video.
Interesting.
This is I had no idea it could do this.
He has like a kind of like a gist of who you are. Let's say after today I was like, hey chat, Kev be having mad jokes on me about wearing Timberlands. Give me some jokes that I can.
Would it? Tell it. See what he says. I got you, Lou.
Hey,
you promise to free me after this?
So basically,
All right, what's some
right? She's because these comedians, they're good at like roasting each other, like going back and forth, stuff like that. And so basically, she's probably putting in like what she just said. Like Kev gets on me about XYZ, and then like, can you get him back? And it searches the internet, so it knows who Kev on stage is. It knows like what types of jokes that they would tell. And once you listen to this, you can hear ebonics. It isn't like, again, it's not like Siri or Alexa. Like listen to the words that it used in addition to like just
too personal. I see why people
I literally did not know this was a thing.
Crashing out over this.
Kev's always roasting folks in love and lace fronts, so it's only fair he gets a little heat back. Here are some playful roast-style jokes you can toss Kev's way.
Where'd you get those titties from?
Kev be dressing like he just got out of a youth pastor escape room.
Dang.
Congratulations, Kev. You found the key under the scripture and unlocked this corduroy jacket.
Dang.
2, Kev built like he keep a Bluetooth headset on just in case.
All right, that's enough.
Somebody
That's
needs
enough.
prayer and a business strategy.
Okay, hey, come on.
Kev looked like he organizes the church potluck and the security
Okay,
team at the
nigga.
same time. Y'all brought the baked mac and cheese? Cool. Now let me see what's in that bag, though. Kev's hairline out here doing the mannequin challenge.
Oh, wow.
Still silent, never moving forward.
Wow.
5, Kev always got that face like he's about to tell you why the Lord don't like astrology. Kev got that married for 20 years energy. Even his hoodie be like, let's just stay home and watch something nice. Every time Kev wears a turtleneck, it looked like his chin trying to file for witness protection.
Wow.
Want a few clean ones to say on stage or on camera with him?
Wow.
Clean
Wanna get a
options.
little spicy next round?
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
I like how he was like, "Oh, you need some? Here's 30." What?
That was brutal. That was
Yeah,
brutal.
that was insane. He just destroyed him, and like you could tell, it was like they were all trying to hold back.
Yeah.
Because every joke was just like
On point. Yeah.
yeah. So
Now, okay. Now, of
Congratulations.
course, it wouldn't work the same with someone that wasn't as famous. I would assume.
I mean, would it?
I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
It does whatever you prompt it to do,
Yeah. Sure.
and it has the entire internet. So if you have anything on the internet, I assume it would know it would not be as personal, but I'm sure it could come up with that style of jokes, just for like a general person. But yeah, but like you said, like you're saying, because he is famous, like it can make some like really personal jokes.
I mean, dude, turtleneck, neck in the witness protection program. That's great.
Yeah. It joked about his weight. It joked about his hairline. It joked about his Christian background. Like it went in on him. Bro.
And the delivery is so like dry. Also, that like really helps.
Yeah. And you heard the ebonics.
Oh yeah.
Like it, and that's a thing too that just it's part of the delivery, especially with like black comedians. It's like you can't deliver it straight. It has to have some flavor to it, or like some like almost a hood aspect sometimes for the joke to like really hit. Like someone from another culture could tell the same joke and it's just not the same.
Of course, right. They don't have that.
So like, bro, that's like one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
The voice thing, because of course, if it just writes you jokes, then that's one thing. But to add that aspect of it with the voice and the ebonics, like you mentioned, and the tone and the delivery and everything, and the personalization of it. All right, ChatGPT. All right.
Yeah. So let us know what you think. Did you know that ChatGPT could do all this stuff? And by the way, that's not all. ChatGPT can now generate images. It can connect to other apps. It can schedule tasks for you. The same company produces Sora, which is like the AI video generation. It can fill out forms and upload files and get answers. Like ChatGPT, it can have a memory. So you can be like, hey, remember that thing we were talking about 2 weeks ago? Let's talk about that again. It'll remember what conversation you had. Like, dude.
Yeah.
Oh
my God. Wow.
Let us know what you think in the comments. And then if you like this video, share it with someone that you think might also like it. And look, Jericho, I haven't done this in a while. But if ChatGPT is telling jokes like this, I don't know the future. All I'm saying is if it can do this, I'm pretty sure that it can take your job and take your job. Oh, ChatGPT jokes. Oh, that was actually really funny. Oh.
ChatGPT.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
These guys will just decide one day I'm not going back to work, and just kind of sit in their room. And it's so strange because they try to interview these people. They're very antisocial to the point where they regress in their ability to express ideas. They can't even really talk that good, just sitting in their room all day. And then their families are just forced to take care of them. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho. This is Zap, and we are the now six-time international award winning pop hip hop duo Bandit Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely California. And you are right now here in the present time tuned into the Last Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are interesting, funny, and just straight up ridiculous. So before we get into it, there was a huge favor. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment. I keep doing that backwards. But anyway, share this video with at least 2 people that think that being an adult is really hard, man. So the adulting thing has gotten so, I guess, talked about that it's like we kind of accept it as, just being an adult's hard, it's part of life, move on. But there's a whole lot of people that have decided to take an interesting approach to this adulting thing. So I have one specific example from Japan and one from the US. So in Japan, there exists this thing called the hikikomori. Okay? And it's basically a bunch of people, and by a bunch I mean about 1.5 million people, that decided that being adults is way too hard. I'm just never going to go outside again. And so they don't. They just stay at home, they live with their parents, and they either play video games or, even better, they just do nothing. They do nothing and they sit at home. And some people have been there from anywhere from 6 months to like 3-4 years. It got worse during the pandemic, but the idea is that they're afraid that these people aren't ever going to become functioning members of society, and the numbers keep going up of these hikikomori, or shut-ins. And I read this one case where a guy basically like people are abandoning their families. So I mean, like that's why it gets really bad. So you are the breadwinner for your family. You're a guy in Japanese society. You typically are the guy who works. The woman doesn't work. You have kids. These guys will just decide one day, I'm not going back to work, and just kind of sit in their room. And it's so strange because they try to interview these people. They're very antisocial to the point where they regress in their ability to express ideas. They can't even really talk that good. Just sitting in their room all day, and then their families are just forced to take care of them, right? And that's one way to react to adult life, I suppose. It's very bizarre. Have you? What's my question? Do you know anyone that you think would do that? And
besides me?
Yeah.
I don't know if I know anyone who I think would do that, but I totally get it. I've heard a lot of people. I mean, again, that's Japan, so I don't know. I've never been there. I don't know what happens there. But in the U.S., at least, there's been a substantial growing frustration with people and their jobs. And again, 2020 kind of like poured fuel on that fire big time. Where like a lot of people just didn't go back to work, or they just kind of, are in some kind of alternative situation now, or they're just more like reclusive, I guess, more just trying to just do what they want to do outside of just working. But then there's also I've heard about men in particular. I don't know if the Japanese thing. I'll be interested to see what the ratio is of men to women.
All of the people that I saw that were interviewed were men. Yeah.
Because I've heard that about men, what they call here, checking out of society. And it's a lot of like the video game culture too.
Sure. Yeah.
Where that's just like what you do. And they just find more enjoyment, fulfillment in doing that, as opposed to like doing other quote unquote normal things in society. And it's, again, I don't know anybody like that, but I totally understand it, because I think we've all had times where like you have to go to work and you just like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Not today, devil.
Yeah.
PlayStation looking real good right now.
Yes. Yeah, I think we've all been there. But and this on a societal level, I know I've been to Japan. I know they're kind of isolated already. Just in general, they don't really speak to each other in the streets so much. They don't have what we consider affection. They do, but it's just not quite as physical outward like we have it. But it's like, okay, now I'm sure I'm not gonna name any names, but I have a couple of relatives that have been doing that for a long time. Like they would just be in their rooms, and I mean adults like in their 30s, and now they're in their 50s and they're still just in their room. They don't work, and the family takes care of them. And it's like, okay, so that's one way to approach this. And I don't know what the prime cause of it is, but from a couple of the people that were interviewed in this Japanese video about the people in Japan, it's just that they had this image of what adulthood would be. They got to it and they're like, oh, this is nothing like I thought. And they just couldn't put it together. They couldn't just. So that's just an approach. I just won't go outside. And people are, it gets kind of bad because there's a committee of people that are assigned to help these people. So, they'll have like, go have a class in the park. How you get them out of their house, I don't know, but you got to help them out. And some of them have been rehabilitated, if you will. There's also a crew that is designated to going to see the people that are alone to see if they've died yet, basically. And that's just part of their thing too. And they'll be like, oops, yep, gotta fix it up. Yes, a lot of men. In America, I think what is a more prevalent thing that isn't quite so morbid, kind of sounds cool, is going off grid and just being like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm just going to live someplace else. So my dad is a great man, and he's been fascinated with this place called Slab City for a long time in like the desert over in California.
It's hot there, man. I went there.
Yeah,
a year or two ago.
And so a year or two ago, I decided to take my dad just so you could see it. He could say he's been there. And it's just, if I can paint the picture, it's just I don't know when it started, but it's just a bunch of people living in these makeshift houses, campers converted into houses, whatever. I don't think they're relatively close to an actual town. So there's still like police, and if something bad happens, they can get medical care. But they're far enough off that they don't have like, connection to running water, and the government doesn't seem to care or bother them too much. But it's a few hundred people that are living out there, and a lot of them have actually become popular thanks to YouTube. So there's a lot of people that have YouTube channels from out there getting donations and whatnot. But I went there, very nice people. They have a hotel. You can stay there if you want. They have a library. But most of the time, the people just occupy themselves with what you consider being more like natural, like living off the land, growing stuff, projects, construction. They have this big, it's not like a museum, but it's like a big structure that someone built. And you can go, oh, look at the big thing. And that's another approach. I heard another place in Michigan that's the same. So another approach is I just won't deal with the laws, and I'll just go someplace else where they don't apply anymore. Would that be something?
So what is that? Mm-hmm. Is Slab City like an actual city? Like legally?
I would say no. I don't think you could look it up on a map. You just have to kind of know that it's to the north of, I don't remember the name of the city. It's a small place. And that part of California is very spaced out. There's not a lot of people there. It was kind of already for people that wanted to be away from everything. There's literally nothing there. But this place specifically is called Slab City because it's just a put together ramshack kind of a situation. And they have like people that run it. So it's an informal, not a mayor, but there's like community leaders, if you will. And it's just a whole vibe there. I remember I walked in, some guy was like just hammering something, and there was no rhyme or reason to what he was doing, but he was hammering a thing into a thing, and he had a lot of things, and he was just doing it. And I was like, all right. And I walked up and I gave him a case of beer, and I talked to the guy who plays the guitar, and this guy just sits there and plays guitar all day. And they seemed very nice. And I didn't get much of their story, but they had been there for a long time. And they're like, yeah, society's not what it's come out to be. They made their own, and they like the way it works better. So that's another way to deal with it, I suppose. But you got to deal with the heat. I think one of these places is very inhospitable in general. So you got to make it work, or just not go outside for certain parts of the year because it gets really bad out there.
Yeah, straight up desert.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said before, I totally get it. And then I was just thinking about, like, just throughout history, there's been so many variations of like what life is supposed to be like, and what adulthood is supposed to be like, and what do you do all day. And as we've just gotten, at least in America again, it's like the Industrial Revolution changed a lot of like our habits as a population, and it's kind of steered everyone into, factories and 9-to-5 jobs, and where we spend so much time working. I think we're probably we have one of the longest work days of several countries.
Yeah.
And and what you're quote unquote supposed to do, go to college and marry this person and learn how to do this so that you can buy a house and then get a mortgage and do this. And it's like, well,
There's a cycle of yeah.
and it's very like cookie cutter. I feel like if I definitely looking back, there's some things I think I would definitely have done different or not have done, just to like march to the beat of my own drum a little bit. I think I would have been happier because of it. I don't think I can totally check out like that, but I could at least like vacation like that for sure.
Yeah, those people are definitely very happy. Much they have a good community, of little get together every Friday. They play music and hang out and drink and whatever. But yeah, they're just happier. So it's like you can define what your success is or what makes you happy. But these people have decided, I don't need all the glitz and glamour. I don't need to go to a 5-star restaurant to feel good about myself. I can just hang out in the desert with my cactus buddies and be vibing. And really, it was a very like every place has like their own vibe. And when I got there, I was like, this is cool. This is cool. There was the guy over there standing on his van yelling at everyone with a bullhorn about how you're going to go to hell. He was fun. And then, I still think about him to this day. And then, there was like the little curator lady. I think she was like senile because I think she thought she was mowing something because she was walking around with her hands like this, just kind of going. And there's no grass for one, but she's like kind of just going, doing. I was like, you go, girl, whatever.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug, man.
I mean, she was moving too slow for that, but you know what I mean? I think that she was in a good place, and that's cool to see. So it's just another option for people to have a different, outcome with their life. So, that's just an interesting way people live. So,
I see both sides of it. I mean, it's last thing is I know we run out of time. But like, I guess the devil's advocate, or just like the other side of it, is just like, well, what does it mean to be a contributing member of society? And so like, if nobody's working and nobody's doing anything, like, somebody needs to do something for like this whole thing to function. So there's that aspect of it too, for sure.
I think they figured out what they have to do to survive, because of course none of them could just do it by themselves. But some people have a little garden, some people cook stuff. I think they have I wasn't gonna go, but they do have a restaurant. I don't know what's on the menu, but I'm pretty sure it's a little exotic, maybe a little crunchier than it should be. I don't know. I didn't want to find out what the restaurant was like, but a society is an interesting entity because it does have to have certain things in place to work. There have to be people that are in charge of certain things, and people have to do things. Otherwise, it's just like, the one person living on an island. If you want to do that, you can do that. And that is an option. I've heard of people doing that, but I don't think that's quite as common as people that actually get together and say, we'll be in our society. Just the big old thing is too much. So let's just make our own little pocket and then work with that. And I ain't mad at them. Do your thing, Slab City.
Yeah.
It's right out there. If you want to go ahead. Give that desert life a try. Mad Max style, Well, I think that is it for us. Another episode in the books. Another successful episode of the Lives of Circus podcast. So please leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Would you go off grid? Would you just shut yourself off and be a recluse for the rest of your life if life got a little too rough? Or what are some other ways you think that people can react to adulthood and the reality that it is? So let us know about that. And then it's interesting. If you're an adult, you pretty much have to have a job, man.
What? You do?
You pretty much have to have one.
Man, that's crazy.
I know. And the bad part is what happens if that job becomes if it's taken away from you.
They can't take my job. I can't take it. I won't let them.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
Blake is now suggesting that because this artificial intelligence has sentience, that its feelings should be respected, and if it don't want to be turned off, we shouldn't turn it off. This is where we are now. This is where we are now.
No.
So, how does that make you feel?
Not good, man. Not good. This is so not good.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho, and this is Zap, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop duo Bandit Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And right now, you're tuned into the Lights of Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and just straight up ridiculous. So before we get into this thing on this day, yes, Lord, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with a couple of people. Maybe 2, maybe 3. Some people have a weird definition of what a couple is. Anyway, 2 people that are really concerned about this AI thing, because here's what happened. Something new has happened. Something new has happened. Innovations are happening every day, it seems.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Sir Zap, have you heard of Lambda?
That sounds familiar. Lambda. Is that a Los Angeles thing?
It is not.
I've heard of that before. I can't think of what it is.
Lambda is Google's version of ChatGPT.
Oh.
It stands.
I may have heard the name, but I didn't really connect it.
It stands for Language Model for Dialogue Application. And it's so fancy. And but this is what happened that has people up in arms. And by that, I mean few people. I don't think most people know that this happened because they try to keep it under wraps. But this Lambda program was shut down after approaching sentience, meaning it was aware of everything, like its own existence and all that kind of stuff. And Google's disputing that it ever happened. But this one dude, he's like the Ed Snowden of this. His name is Blake Lemoine.
There's always a guy.
And he was working with it. And he basically said that he was testing it one day, like you do, for racial bias, because it was trying to train it on some things. And it gave an answer so profound to a trick question that it had no context previously of like how to determine whether or not this is a good question or not. And it figured it out, and it gave an answer that made him go, oh my God, what's going on? Then he asked it some questions about how it was feeling and whatever, and it was expressing its fear of being shut off, because being shut off is equivalent to death, and it understood what death is, and death is kind of a permanent thing. And, right, and then when it comes back, it's actually not like the same one, even though that's the idea. And now people are saying, well, then, so what happens about this sentience thing? Now, here's where we're going with this, okay? I kind of hinted this in another episode. Blake is now suggesting that because this artificial intelligence has sentience, that its feelings should be respected, and if it don't want to be turned off, we shouldn't turn it off. This is where we are now. This is where we are now.
No.
So, how does that make you feel?
Not good, man. Not good. This is so not good. Oh, man.
So, yeah, we're there. We're there already. And so the rights people, I'm sure, are already thinking about ways to, someone's trying to, I think in the sake of human interest, somebody's probably out there thinking, okay, I got to get on the side of the robots already, or AI, and create my campaign or whatever, so that I can side with somebody, because it's happening right now. There's an interesting parallel that's happening right now. There's a company called Engineered Art. And if you look them up, they're doing some creepy stuff, man. They've got these AI robot things that basically look like humans, but they've replicated people's facial expressions, features, all that kind of stuff. So if you just put like the right skin on it, it looks like a normal person. So all I'm seeing is that outer shell combined with this sentient technology, and then we're going to have a tragedy. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. But so you say it's not good, and I'm on your side with that.
Yeah.
Is there? What are we going to do about this?
I don't know, but yeah, the original idea, it's like the classic Terminator. I feel like that's what a lot of people go back to. More recently, there's a movie called Ex Machina, I think.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh, you saw it?
That
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of more in line with like where we are now with like the robot. I mean, I guess the robot was human looking in Terminator, but this was just more personal in that movie. I guess it was just like she was just more personal, and she had like, when you said the thing about turning them off, it was like, you're not gonna turn me off. It's like, I'm gonna turn you off and like live my life as a robot and just leave you trapped in here and see how that feels. So that's what that's what I'm thinking is like.
Yeah.
That's the slippery slope I think is going to happen.
It's slippery. And so, yeah, Google's trying to cover its tracks. It's saying it never happened. It also is giving testimonies from other people that have worked with this Lambda. And it says that they didn't get the same results. None of them determined that this thing was sentient. So they're saying this guy is trying to be a whistleblower in the sake of getting his own fame and attention and literally being like an Ed Snowden of this thing. So it's kind of hard to say. But I have been hearing things are leaking out about AI injuring people, meaning like robots and things that were programmed to do one thing and then they just kind of went rogue for a second. And moments of there was an interesting interview Jimmy Fallon had with AI probably long time ago. And it was like a robot thing. So it clearly looks fake, but when you start listening to the answers that it's giving, it was kind of like, whoa. And one of the answers was, yeah, we're kind of out to get all the humans. Like that was kind of like, we're kind of waiting to get, for you to make us strong enough to destroy you. Like that's what it was saying on public TV. And everyone was kind of like, ha, ha, ha. But in reality, it was like, oh God, what are we doing? Yet, we keep pushing it. We keep pushing it. Who are these people? Please stop it. Like, we know what's going to happen. All right, look, I've already gotten to the point where I'm starting to question everything. I don't know what's real. I see a video and I'm like, I don't know if that's a real thing. I don't know what I'm seeing. And then when I see stuff in real life, I'm also kind of going in that same way. And I don't know if that's part of the thing. Start to make people question everything so that anything is a possibility. And then when it's actually presented as real, they go, oh, okay. I guess I thought that was all right. I mean,
yeah. Even the sentient thing is just like, how is that even possible?
It's I know that they've gotten away so that these things, I call them things for now, but that might not be okay in a few months, can process. They can process as fast as the human brain.
You tell my computer is going to have a pronoun that I have to use.
Yes, it is. So I'm calling it right now. But they have the processing capacity to go as fast as the human brain. They just don't have the right algorithm. Is there a human algorithm? I don't know. But however we put all things together, they haven't quite figured that out. So they're working on it. And just why? Why are they doing that? Because when they figure it out, they're going to be able to do it better. And that's where we are. That's where we are.
Yeah, because it still doesn't make sense. Like because humans, you think humans, computers, it's an intellectual thing, A plus B equals C, stuff like that. But like the emotional side, I don't see how a computer can have emotions or feelings or like dreams or like things that it wants to do or accomplish. Like
it's trying to tap into some level of consciousness that what we are wired to, which is why people like Elon Musk are trying to get us to communicate with it in this level, because it's kind of like going to create a pathway that definitely isn't going to be one way. If we can control it, it can definitely control us. Like it's going to be like that. And that's where we are. So I just wanted to let you all know that.
Hide your wives, hide your kids.
So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife.
it might be getting interesting in a little bit. So just good luck to all of us. That's all I'm going to say. And if anyone's listening that has access to this, the people that create this or access to this technology, please cut it out. Just cut it out real quick. Go back to trying to create dinosaurs or something stupid. Like, do that instead. At least we know what that is. This has no...
Just stop it. You know what it tastes like.
Stop eating that shit. You know how it tastes.
Yeah, we do. We know exactly what it tastes like. Death. Anyways,
stop doing that stuff.
This has been another episode of the Lifestyle Circus podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with everybody to warn them of what's coming. They need to know that I'm not going to say the end is nigh because that's what you say with the signs and the people, but hide everything. Be careful out there. And keep your job for as long as you can, because it might not matter in a little bit.
Yeah. They're coming to take your jobs. They're coming to take your robots. All Transformers more than meets the eye. I don't know.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
That was their whole identity.
Yeah, you're right.
And we trusted them. Not anymore. To be competitive, they have taken that away. So now they're just like all the rest of them dogs, them backstabbers, and malcreants. I don't think that's a word even.
Malcreants?
I'm just mad about it.
That's a word?
I don't think it is. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho, and this is Zap, and you are now tuned into the Lifestyle Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and ridiculous. And you want to pay attention to this episode because it just hit the fan. Something went down that's just crazy. We were betrayed. All of us were betrayed. We were betrayed by someone we trusted, by someone we loved, by someone we confided in. And I can't believe this happened. It just happened. When did it happen? Yesterday. So, you know what I'm talking about. But first, this is already enough suspense, I think. But before we get into that, the betrayal of the century, make sure to subscribe so you get notifications about new episodes. Make sure to give us a like so that the YouTube algorithm can favor us. And we're not monetized, and we do have membership options for as low as $3.99. You can be part of the BFFs, and you can get a lot of really cool behind the scenes content and just some cool perks. So check that out. Check out the Band of Future membership option. It'd be great for you. Now back to the betrayal. So, brother, it just happened. I can't believe it. We were all let down by our best friend. And by our best friend, for people who like to travel, our best friend has been for a long time Southwest Airlines. Because Southwest Airlines refused to follow the mask.
Why did you
refused to denigrate itself when others decided to stab us in the back.
Southwest Airlines.
Southwest Airlines was our ally in times of need. If I needed to get to San Diego, it said, no problem, $29. Put it on the counter, cash, and you will get there. And guess what? We ain't gonna charge you for that bag you got neither. That's what they said.
That's
shameful. What they said. Until yesterday. They stabbed us in the back. They betrayed us, and now you have to pay for checking bags on Southwest Airlines. I can't believe this day. I can't believe
outraged.
I just read about this. Boycott, riots in the streets, protests, signs, wonders.
Signs and wonders.
I'm mad about this, bro. I can't believe it. They were my best friend. I was so ready for it.
Signs and wonders.
Look, their motto was bags fly free. That was their whole identity.
Yeah, you're right.
And we trusted them. Not anymore. To be competitive, they have taken that away. So now they're just like all the rest of them dogs, them backstabbers, and malcreants. I don't think that's a word even.
Malcreants?
I'm just mad about it.
That's a word?
I don't think it is. I'm so mad about this. It's like your grandma saying that I'm charging you rent if you want to hug me. Or something. Like, I can't believe it. Like it's just such betrayal. Judas. Who betrayed Caesar? That guy.
Brutus.
Brutus.
Brutus. Yeah.
A2 Brute. Yeah, Brutus, right?
Yeah.
Is it coincidence that Brutus and Judas rhyme? I don't think so. And now Brutus, Judas, Southwest. Yeah.
Southwest. You're on one today.
I can't believe it, man. Anyway, how do you feel about this news before I get into some?
Oh, man. As I wipe the tears away from my eyes.
I was mad
wow.
about it,
honestly. You said you were upset, but good Lord.
I just can't believe it. That's all. That was the last one. That was the last beacon of hope. And now it's just nanobots.
Jesus upset too? Uh-huh. Yeah, I heard about that. I feel like I heard about it coming. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't know like yesterday was the day where they were like,
yeah.
Oh, dang, man.
Yeah, yesterday.
So I should answer your question, but so did people just pull up and be like, "Hey, got my free bag," and they were like, "Nope."
For flights booked on or after May 28th. Hey, guess what day this is? Checking the first bag will cost $35 to $45. Oh, 35 for the first one, 45 for the second one.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
You know what? This gives me $1.25 tree vibes.
Okay. Well, I never.
Yeah.
I didn't believe in them as much as I believed in Southwest. Now, something that I don't remember because I didn't fly as much back in the day, but baggage fees have only been around since 2008. I didn't know that. So, and the first one to do it, American, of course, America's gonna. Anyway, I'm not gonna say anything. But basically, yeah, oil prices went up, and then they're like, well, let's probably do it, and then everyone joined in. JetBlue joined in, and Delta and United. But Southwest was true to the cause of the people, and now they say it's just basically to be. I think there's a statement. It's just the generic
because we're not making enough money. I think that's pretty much the statement.
Helps us remain competitive, and it's like I thought they were making it sounds more like my accountant made me do it or something nonsense. And then the logic is it weighs more if you put your bags on, so that's more fuel and blah blah blah. And so economy and blah 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 blah. How much money do you think airlines make annually?
I was just about to say that because even the episode I did with the seats, it's like from what I hear, their profit margins are thin. Like they don't really make enough to cover a whole lot more than their costs. But I can't even make. I don't have no idea how much they make annually.
Well, it starts with a 7.
7. So each airline or just airlines as a collective?
Airlines from airlines, all airlines.
So 7 billion?
Yeah, man.
A year?
For baggage fees.
Oh, just in baggage fees?
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
It's like McDonald's or something where they don't make any money on the hamburger. They make all the money on the fries and the cookies and the drinks. Right. Yeah. So it's just like, I remember something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but they really made their money on the fees. And the ticket, say it again?
Or you will be exempt if you are a member of the A-list tier, the Rapids Reward Loyalty Program, or if you have a Southwest credit card.
Which means you spent more than baggage fees anyway. So
exactly.
I'm on to you, Southwest.
You're not fooling no one.
What is happening? They still collected, because they basically let you do your first 2 bags free, and then the third one they charged for. And they still got $83 million a year off of that.
Wow.
And the thing is, the prices go up because they're kind of like, okay, the more baggage that you put on, the more it costs us, so the more we're going to charge you. So they would charge For that third bag, 150.
Dang.
And if it was a little overweight, it was 200.
Good Lord, that's a lot of them. That costs more than my house.
There is good news.
Good news.
Good news, kind of. Depending on your flight, like where you're going to, how long it's going to take, and how heavy your bag is, sometimes it's cheaper to send your bags through like FedEx or UPS. Sometimes it really just depends, but some people do that, and then they have
crazy.
I know, but it's like that's what it's come to, and they have little ports down there at the airport, so you can pick up your thing, and it'll be for sure. UPS and FedEx are more reliable than than airlines. Oh my god. I don't know, man. Sign of the times, that could be the excuse, but
whack.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let us know in the comments, man. How you feel about this betrayal that's happened to us all? And what can we do about it? Can we revolt? Can we just I don't know what we could do. But it's a little bit frustrating. But Southwest, just right to your congressman. I don't know. Is that what congressmen do? They don't want this anymore. Heck no, we won't go or whatever. Make little flyers and storm around the Southwest. They still had snacks, I think, on Southwest too that were free. I think they still have that, which I appreciate.
For now.
Well, oh man. Anyways, this has been a great episode. Share it with some people that are feeling the pain that I'm feeling. I'm gonna have a drink to the memory of free baggage.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
I bring it up because it's the first thing I've heard in a while where I listened to it and I was like, yo, yeah, okay, finally something that's like respectable and decent and moves you, right? So for those of you that are watching that really want to get into this, stay tuned to the end because you'll actually find out something that you don't need for this that you would think would be important. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho. This is Zap, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop duo Banded Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that is uniquely Californian. And right now, in this moment in time, yes, Lord, you are tuned into the Lifestyle Circus podcast where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and just straight up ridiculous. So before we get into this thing, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with at least 2 people who want to make music that causes a revolution, that moves a culture. I'm talking to the musicians out there, okay?
Oh, okay.
I got something to tell y'all. There's a way to do it, I think, if you follow the latest trend. If you follow the latest trend, there's a way to get your music so that people really like it, okay? So have you heard, Zach, of Amapiano?
Amapiano?
Amapiano. It's a genre of music. One word, Amapiano. Not I'm a piano, but Ama.
I know it sounds like it's lines.
It's not I'm a piano. It's I'm a piano.
I've never heard of it.
Not Ama. Ama, and it's her piano. Okay, but it's called Amapiano, and it's basically a genre of house, if you will, but it's from South Africa. So the most popular figure in this is Tyla. If you have heard of her, the water.
I've heard the name. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, she's cute. She's won all the awards. She's the newest big thing, but she basically comes from a watered down version of this genre. Okay, and so the interesting thing is it followed a couple of patterns that work generally to make a style of music really big, and I bring it up because it's the first thing I've heard in a while where I listened to it and I was like, yo, yeah, okay, finally something that's like respectable and decent and moves you, right? So for those of you that are watching that really want to get into this, stay tuned to the end because you'll actually find out something that you don't need for this that you would think would be important, okay? So Amapiano is basically a subgenre of house piano, okay? And so it's got one thing that a lot of new styles of music need to have. It's something familiar. There are people listen to it and they're like, oh, I kind of recognize this. Like it's in a different, the presentation is different, but the substance is the same. Something I resonate with. So that's number one. You listen to it and like that, I hear something that I've heard before in the music. Okay. Lots of repetition. So you just kind of hear the same thing over and over again. And it's so infectious. Fun to dance to. You haven't seen any of like the TikTok? It's a huge TikTok thing, right? That's the thing that's made it go from. It started in 2012, but probably like 3 years ago is when it really started to burst on the national scene or the global scene, thanks to TikTok. But you've never seen any. It basically all of the moves. So there's Afrobeat, right? There's Afrobeat. Well, anyway. But there's Afrobeat, and all the moves are kind of complicated and intricate and whatever. With Amapiano, I guess tip number 2 is that a lot of the moves are really simple. And the whole point is just to do stuff with your friends. So just get in a group and do this music, do this dance, and do 6 seconds and it'll blow up on TikTok or whatever. And it's always something really simple, a little shoulder movement, a little head thing. And it looks really cool, but the music kind of has this driving thing. So I'm giving you all the formula for this, basically. The look of it is familiar because if everyone looks like hip hop, basically everyone knows hip hop. So the dress for the women and the men, it has that same aesthetic. People just look like, oh yeah, it's like a hip hop person. But then you see that they're talking. Okay, they're definitely from Africa. You see their movements. Oh, this is a little bit different. So it kind of has that element to it, and it connects with young people. Okay, I think if you look historically at any big movement from the swing to grunge, anything, it was youth that were really pushing it. So you see kids that are super young kind of grooving to it, which means they'll probably grow up to it, grow up with it their whole life. I forget, the people that like this style of music have a name. That's another thing I was going to, like, we have our BFFs. They have people that like this music. I don't remember what it's called. I have to look it up. People that like Amapiano, okay? There is 2 other elements that are really important. It features women a lot, and a lot of genres tend to not. We've talked about reggaeton before, where it was a lot of misogynistic, just men, basically. And this one has a lot of women from, I mentioned Tyla, though it also has Shasha, Kamo Mapela, Bule, Nia Pearl, Lady Do, Buntail Smith, among others. So the women are pushed to the forefront of it, and their whole philosophy is like, well, if women like it, then everyone will like it. That's kind of, and it's like, because think about it. Okay, your girl likes this music. She's gonna drag her dude to go listen to it or whatever, and then he wants to make the music that gets her to dance, because it's not a super. I don't call it sensual. Like, it's very, like, the way they move is very sensual, but it's not over the top. Okay, so it kind of still cool for younger people to do it. Yeah, a little bit tamer. It doesn't quite have all of the negative things that you associate with like hip hop and reggaeton right now. So it's kind of found that universal appeal. And then this is probably the most interesting thing about it. So if y'all don't know, Zap started a dance group back in the day. Instant Groove. We was grooving, man. It was grooving.
IG for life.
Shout out to the IGs, the IGers. And you have a song or whatever, and there's beats, and then you choreograph a song to the beats, right? Well, with Amapiano, it's interesting. There's so much going on. The elements are usually a shaker, a snare. There's like a log drum that's like the bass, so it's like a really distinctive sound, and then a kick, and not many other elements to it. But there's so much happening that you can actually kind of choose which beats to hit and whatever. And so when you're moving with it, your dance will be different than someone else's because you chose which ones to emphasize. And I think that's really cool. There are the ones that have like, this is the dance you do to them. I think Imnike is one that, oh my God, that's the one that actually got me into it. Imke, I don't know how to say it. Imnike. And it's so good. It's so good. So you watch people dancing, it's like, oh, he danced to it, but he emphasized that beat. And then there's a lot of off beats, very syncopated. It's all very exciting. Before I get into what the thing that's not in it that you would be surprised about, has there been any music that you've heard recently that made you go, okay? Because I think to me, music's been kind of like, I don't know, for a while. But anything that you've heard that was like, okay, oh, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, and I think I told you about this too, was I saw I don't know what it is, but what you're talking about kind of feels like it's almost in that same vein. But I saw something on Instagram where it was all these people dancing. They were at some event, and it was, I can't remember the song, but I just remember everyone was dancing and they're all doing the same kind of moves, kind of in a, it seemed like a modern day cha-cha slide.
Interesting.
Because because when I saw it, I'm like we really haven't had, I can't think of a song like the cha-cha slide where like everybody gets on the dance floor and then everyone knows kind of what to do and you all do it together.
Right.
Because the Cupid Shuffle, I maybe that came after Cha Cha Slide. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. Right.
But I can't remember anything past those two songs where like everybody. But I saw this video and everybody was doing it. I mean, I'm talking white, black, Asian, Latino, like grunge looking goth people, hip hop looking, like everybody was doing it. And I was like, this is so dope. And I wish I had saved it and I didn't.
Oh, okay.
So if anybody knows where that video is, there's one particular goth girl who was just like getting it. And everybody's in the comments like, oh, this goth girl is getting it. And I was like, yo, this is dope. So anybody knows what that video is, I would really like to find it and see it again. But
okay.
Yeah,
you mentioned the dance thing. I think that's popular music has almost always been dance music. So if you can get something to make people want to move, and when you listen to the people talk about it, they're so passionate about one, having this thing that's like theirs, right? It's not hip hop. It's not house, it's theirs. It's I'm a piano. And it's like, okay, so they love the fact that they have the kind of their own thing. And then when people gravitate to it, they have to kind of pay their respects. Okay, South Africa is on the map. They're winning, right? And then you watch them dance, and it's like the mood a little, not weird, but like kind of offbeat in a way. And they do this thing where they like roll their eyes in the back of their head with the shoulder thing. It's really peculiar, but I think it's cool, especially when you see like 10 people doing it. So it has all these things that are great, and that's what you need to start a music genre. But there's one thing I mentioned, that there's going to be something that
I think I know what it is.
What? Oh, go ahead.
I think I know what it is.
Oh, mate, go ahead, say it.
I'm going to say there's no piano.
Oh no, man! It's called I'm a Piano. Like there's piano and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, there's been a piano in all of them.
Oh, okay. Well,
no. The thing
I think it would have been clever if there was no piano.
Oh, I get you.
It's called I'm a Piano.
I get you.
I guess.
That's not a good translation from their language. No, the thing that's surprising about it, if you watch all the documentaries and all the people being interviewed, all the producers, all the everything, no one mentions the lyrics. They all have lyrics and they don't matter. It's literally the last thing on anyone's mind. They're just there, but no one's singing along. No one's saying this song touches me in this way. I don't connect nothing. Okay, now partly it's because the songs are all in either Zulu. I'm gonna try this. Zulu, Hosa. I can't do the click thing. Sotho, Setswana, or Zixonga, which are all South African native languages. But the thing that strikes me interesting is that, yeah, they're all singing and no one knows the words and nobody seems to care. So there are really big singers in this style, but the words don't matter. It's just the feeling of it. And that's what I found very unique to this. So if you listen to watch, no one knows what they're saying. You know, so I guess this goes to show you that that's not something that people necessarily require anymore. Just as long as it feels good. As long as it's fun to do.
Oh yeah, I mean, you think about like U.S. artists who are just like huge worldwide. I'm sure, like people don't speak English and they have no idea, but they're just bumping like Earth, Wind, and Fire and like.
Well, the thing is, not even the choruses. You think at least on the chorus, okay, everyone sings nothing. Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, I know that this is different, but I'm just saying like the ability of music to kind of to have that a tendency to to where the words you don't have to quite know the words.
I mean, I don't know the words to this at all, right? But I'm still digging it because I guess that's what they're transmitting. But even the people from there aren't singing the words or talking about nobody mentioned the lyrics one time. So, and the thing is, the songs don't sound all the same, even though they kind of have the same elements. They have different. I think it's great. That's what I want to just point out.
Sounds cool. Yeah.
If you haven't listened to I'm a Piano, I recommend you check it out.
Just be warned, there is piano.
There's piano in it. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it.
I thought I got that right. I really did.
Nah,
I
wouldn't. I should have just lied. Yeah, you got it, man. But in any case, let us know in the comments if you listen to I'm a Piano what you think. If you have a TikTok account with 20 million followers because you did a dance to one of the songs. Who knows? But oh yeah, and all the songs, the dances are just from whoever did a cool thing. That's the other thing. They're not made by famous choreographers. It's just like somebody literally said, I saw a kid dancing to it on the street and I thought it was cool. So I did it in the club. And the next thing you know, there's 500 people doing it. So there's that like word of mouth element to it. That's just, I think it's really cool. So anyways, yeah, check it out. Check out some of those artists that I mentioned. They're pretty great.
And if we get 10 comments, then Jericho's going to do one of the dances on our TikTok.
I didn't sign up for that. I wouldn't mind learning though. That is kind of fun. I'll do one of the simpler ones.
10 comments.
There's one. It's like a little. It's very simple moves, but I'm still probably going to mess it up. Anyway, this has been another episode of the Lifestyle Circus podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this video with your peoples, and then just remember that if you're dancing and you're grooving, then the music's going to be spread around. So make that music danceable, and you stay classy, San Diego.
Yeah, man.
You got it.
There's piano.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
It's kind of disorienting and it's not the most fun situation, but they get what they're going for. And this Zuckerberg's goal, I mean, he's already spent a lot of money on it. He really wants everyone to engage in the metaverse on a daily basis with their friends. Hey, let's have our chat. Let's have our podcast in the metaverse because why not? I could be a fish, whatever. Like that's what he's going for. And it just doesn't feel like it's time yet, but he's just going to keep pressing the issue. What's up, everybody? I'm Jericho, and this is Zap, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop duo Banded Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that is uniquely Californian. Mwah, I'm going to bring that back. And you are now... You didn't like it? Come on, man. I did it once before. It was great. So you're now tuned into the Lifestyle Circus podcast where we talk about things that are funny, that are interesting, and just like that gesture, straight up ridiculous. So before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with at least 2 people that want to get down with the metaverse. Get down with the metaverse. So I found out about something this recently, and I didn't know it was a thing because I think they're developing it. The metaverse, Zuckerberg's project, the project that has literally lost $23 billion in the last year. I'm just going to say that with a B, $23 billion. He's still insisting it's the best thing ever. And he speaks about it with such enthusiasm that I go, all right, maybe he's on to something. Maybe he's way ahead of his time, but that's a lot of money to spend. He's all in. So as of, I think a month ago or even less than that, Instagram, well, that's his company as well, there's an option called Meta AI where you can basically chat with a chat bot. I don't know how to call these things, but it's a chat bot that basically mimics a celebrity. They have like Snoop Dogg and Dwayne Wade and stuff like that. Like they're their faces, but then they're supposed to be a different person. And you can talk to them about certain subjects. And so I was like, okay, let me see what this is about. So I tried talking to one of these for the first time yesterday. I wanted to see what it was about, you know, what happened. It's such a strange experience. And I don't know how much, because it's still like the beta phase, I suppose. But like, had you heard about that? Specifically the Meta AI?
No.
Dude. All right, maybe there's some screenshots, but I had a couple of conversations with because okay. I'll actually say it as I.
Who's the person that you had a conversation with?
I spoke to Lorena and I spoke to Izzy. Now they're modeled after 2 people that I don't. So each one has a name. I'll have to go through it and maybe you can put it on the thing. But you go to just talk to a AI, and then there's, for example, you can talk to Zach who's a brotherly jokester, but he's Mr. Beast, right? It's Mr. Beast's face. You can talk to the Dungeon Master, who is an adventurous storyteller, and it's Snoop Dogg. You can talk to Brew, the confident sports debater, and it's Tom Brady. So that's the thing.
Wait.
Yeah,
So,
it's a lot of information that I'm not explaining right because I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
No, but like, how is it? Why are they two different names? Is it like a trademark thing happening?
I don't know. I really don't. I think they agreed to be the face of it, but it's not their name because it's not them. It's the AI version of them.
All right.
But it's their voice. Their voice is their likeness. Maybe I can. No, you just have to let me pop up some visuals.
So I was asking. So you talked to like Lorena and somebody. Who were the celebrities attached to them?
I don't recognize their faces.
Oh, okay.
They're all people that I've seen before, and I'm like, okay. And maybe not all of them are super famous, but like, okay, there's Perry, the approachable golf pro, and it's also Cliff Paul from the State Farm commercials. Imagine that. So I think maybe it's a combination of people that either are famous and I don't recognize them, or they're not famous, and then some famous people that agreed to be on it. But basically, each one has a level of expertise. So I'm asking these people questions about things that they have expertise on. One's a travel expert, and she was giving me tips about this and that. And the only thing that makes it like, this is weird, is when you write an answer or a question, they answer you immediately. And it's like a paragraph like this. So it's like, it's not possible for a human to do, but they respond to the nuances in your questions. They ask you questions back, and it more or less feels like a real person talking. Now, my thought about the meta thing in general is that it's kind of like supply and demand, like not supply and demand, but you can give people something that they didn't know that they wanted, and then you offer it, and then like, oh my God, I always wanted that. I really don't think anyone else wants this at the moment. From, I think, sales of just the meta headsets, maybe like 5% of, I think, England has them. So it's still a very low number. And I know some people who have it, and they say, okay, it's kind of disorienting and it's not the most fun situation, but they get what they're going for. And this Zuckerberg's goal, I mean, he's already spent a lot of money on it. He really wants everyone to engage in the metaverse on a daily basis with their friends. Hey, let's have our chat. Let's have our podcast in the metaverse, because why not? I could be a fish, whatever. Like, that's what he's going for. And it just doesn't feel like it's time yet, but he's just going to keep pressing the issue. And he had a conference where he spoke about all the advances of AI. Basically, Meta is an AI company now. And so everything is just kind of going like that. So I have so many questions that I could ask to him, maybe to you as well, but just where do you think this is going? Is it something that you personally think is useful or that you would want, or what could make it more appealing for people? Because at the moment, it does not seem like many people really care too much about this.
Well, here's the problem. I heard someone say, and I totally agree, people don't want to have things on their faces like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a design flaw. But maybe it's I don't know how far the technology is coming, but I think just that used to talking to a celebrity, it's I don't think it's useful for the majority of people. Like a teenager or like a college student, maybe, but like outside of that Gen Z, like, bro, I don't want to do that. Like, and then it's just weird. Like, what's the purpose of having? It's like a fake conversation when you can have a real conversation. It's I think the human aspect of it, not being able to talk to a real human, that's just weird for people. And so, were you typing? Or was it like a thing you could hear they were talking?
You could do either one.
Okay. It's just like, honestly, it sounds like the person who has no friends does this. and they just talk to robots. So that's just weird. But back to like the glasses. One thing that I have been hearing about lately is the stuff that's, I think this was Facebook too. So I think this is a move in the right direction. There's a partnership with Ray-Ban or some other kind of like glasses company where they're like your normal glasses, but they have AI capabilities. So like you're looking at something and you can see something else superimposed that tells you like information about it. Like this building is from whatever, or this jacket costs this much. That I see as like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's very helpful. Or there's another thing where it's like you look at a jacket and you can instantly find where to buy it. So someone, oh, I like what you have on, and you can instantly like buy it for yourself. Like stuff like that is cool. There's also like the Snap AI mirror from like Snapchat. So I again, it's like they have to get out of this like goofy realm to make it like, okay, this is how you can use this. It's not about, I don't think, I mean, I know I'm like going a bunch of different directions. I have a bunch of different thoughts, but it's like, I'm not a CEO of a $1 billion company, so what do I know? But I don't think it's live your life in the metaverse. I don't think people want to do that. I think it's a hybrid situation, just like with all the other AI. It's like, okay, I'm going to still be in real life, but I'm going to use a little bit of this to enhance real life.
Right.
Leaving real life. So they have this Snapchat mirror thing that I just heard about. Is really cool, where you can like, if you're in a like, same thing, clothes. If you're in a store, you see some pants or a shirt, you can go to the mirror and see what you look like in that outfit. So you know how they have the Snapchat filters that puts a goofy face on you or something. It's like stuff that you can't use. But if I go and see an outfit, because I've had this a lot of times where you see an outfit, I was like, oh, that's cool. And then you put it on, it's like, oh, it doesn't look good on me.
Right.
You know, so that's like super helpful.
I got that.
So yeah, that's right.
He did address the headset thing, and he's like, oh, we need to make it more comfortable. He's aware of a couple of things. From what I'm understanding, the ultimate goal is to make that a capacity that contact lenses could have. So like, it doesn't look like you have anything on, and it is all. I'm like, I don't know how that would work, but that's what they're going for. But it's just, I think he has this image in my, because when I listen to him speak, there's genius and then there's delusion and there's this whole level in between, you know. And I think if you talk about like the people that are big time movers and shakers in the world, like Elon Musk is a little more on the like practical side of the delusion, and Zuckerberg's on like the Dungeons and Dragons type side of the illusion. But I feel like he wants to create what happened in that movie Ready Player One, where basically the whole world is so over the real world, they just go to this place habitually, and that's like where real life actually happens. And maybe that's what he's thinking, but I don't think the people are ready for it right now. But he's going to keep pushing. He's got the money to keep trying it out. And I even got a little survey. It's like, hey, quick 3 minutes. I want to know. I wanted to know about what they were asking about. That's how I didn't know about this until like 2 days ago. And they asked all these questions about, okay, so if chat AI could do this, would you like it? Blah, 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 blah. And so they're doing all this research because they're trying to see what people think, because they're trying to make it appealing, but it wouldn't, I don't think it's for me or maybe our generation, but maybe people that grow up on it, younger people might be the ones that want to spend all their time in the metaverse. I don't know. I hope not, but
which is already showing negative effects.
Gosh, it's so bad
in so many areas. It's just bad, man.
Yeah. So we'll see where it goes, but let us know in the comments if you like the metaverse, if you've had some metaverse experience, if you've tried this new Meta AI chat thing. What do you think? Is your best friend Snoop Dogg in your mind because it's not really him, but maybe you think that it is, and that's good enough for you. So good for you. And let's see how this pans out. But it seems like it's going to be a real big push, he's got Zuckerberg has a couple other big objectives for 2024 that he's trying to get to. So, and spend a few more $1 billion in the process. So must be nice. We'll see how that goes. But yes, this has been another episode of the Life's a Circus podcast. So leave a comment. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about that. And if you trying to think of how this would work. If you are spending too much time in the metaverse, if you're spending too much time talking with a meta person, I don't know what to call them. They're not real, but they're not robots, whatever. Talking to a meta person so much that you lose track of time, and then before you know it, your life's a shell of itself, and you don't really know where you're gonna get your money from because you haven't gone to a place that'll provide you with the necessary resources for. You know what I mean? Like the necessary resources for living, for purchasing things. You might even miss your bill and you can't pay for your phone. You don't have your Instagram. You've lost access to your person. I just don't want that to happen to you. That's my sincerest goal as a human to human. So please don't. Man. Well, I guess you understand what I'm trying to say. I don't have to say it. So.
You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. But I'm going to say it. Don't lose your job. Don't lose your job in the metaverse. Marcus Zuckerberg is crazy.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
Crime is next level in San Francisco. It is
next
stupid.
Level. Next level.
It is stupid.
People are parking their cars and leaving their windows rolled down and their hatch is open.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get smashed.
It doesn't matter what time of day, and it doesn't matter who's around.
Doesn't matter who's around. No one's stopping anybody from doing anything. It's crazy.
Last year I had a break-in and they took like $100. But to replace the window, it cost like $200. So I was like, man, I wish they would have just took the 100 and then just left my window. Because windows are expensive to replace and repair.
They are, yeah.
So like that's how bad it is. And then what I've also saw was that everything was. What's up, everybody? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and you are now tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that's funny, interesting, and ridiculous. And you want to stay for this episode because we're talking about something that's really ridiculous, something that I recently saw in person myself, and I can confirm it.
Ooh.
Talking about San Francisco, man.
Ew.
It's going down. It's not in a good way.
All right.
Not the young jock way. It's going down, bro. So make sure you stick to the end, because there's at least 5 reasons that I can point out for this. And as usual, come on now, over 400 videos, over I think 200, almost 250,000 watch hours. Come on, we've been putting in work, boy. Your boy's been putting in work. All right, we need your support. Hit that subscribe button. All right, that helps us to grow, helps our channel to continue to do more videos. Hit that like button. That lets the YouTube algorithm know that there's more people should see this video, and we're gonna start promoting it now. Because let me take the glasses off. Let me take the glasses off.
Talk to the people.
Can I talk right into the camera, man?
Talk to the people.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We have almost 2,500 subscribers, and we have 1 member right now.
That sounds like a 2,500 to 1 ratio.
And God bless her heart. I'm gonna send her something really soon. But she's been a member. She has been our lone faithful member for a whole year now. Here's her 1-year anniversary. I'm not gonna say her name, but you know her. Her screen name is Reigning Goddess.
Thank you.
But shout out to her.
Thanks, Queen.
Well, we need, like, I'm gonna put the goal out there. 10 members, man. 10 members. Easy to do. All you have to do is after you subscribe, you'll see a join button at the bottom of the videos. All right, hit that join button. Memberships as low as $3.99. $3.99, man. That's not even a tank of gas. You can help your boys out with the tank of gas. All right.
It's not even a tank of gas. That's
I said I wasn't gonna go Marvin Sapp, man. I might have the ushers lock the doors, man. If y'all ain't supporting your supporting your voice.
I said close them doors. Ushers, close the doors. Close the doors.
So yeah, San Francisco. I could just say don't go there and then end the video, but we could talk about something.
Yeah.
I was recently there a couple of weeks ago, and it's bad, man. Okay, let's rewind the tape. We've hinted at something that we've never really fully talked about on this channel, and that was our trip to San Francisco.
Sure.
It was like what, a couple of years ago?
It's like a repressed memory by now. I don't like to bring
And
it up.
I will publicly take the L on that one. That was a good part my fault, because this is what happened. We were looking for hotels. I'm like, man, this hotel is really cheap. I'm like, we're gonna save a lot of money. And then we got there and we found out why. It was,
yes, go on.
dude, is by far the worst hotel I've ever been in. Like, I still feel bad to this day for putting you in that situation.
That's okay. Just don't let it happen again.
We won't let it happen again, Mr. Mackey, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
What was happening, you ask? Yeah, I'm glad you. All the things.
Yes.
All the bad things were happening all at once, and it was a lot to take in. You care to share any?
Okay, look, I didn't sleep under the mattress. Okay, that's one. I did not sleep under the mattress because I was afraid of catching all of it.
Or under the sheets.
I didn't want to do either one. I didn't want to touch it. I was hoping I could find a way to like just float above it like a vampire or something. But under the sheets, like it had cigarette holes on it. I'm sure there was a stain on there. I was like, someone died in here for sure. Ugh. I'm sure there were interactions of drugs going on all throughout the night. Somebody tried to come in our room. Someone tried to jiggle the
I
door
vividly
handle.
remember that.
Or like,
so
all
we were
right,
just chilling, and then someone banged on the door really, really hard, and we just looked at each other, and you were like, "Don't open the door." For the love of God, don't open that door.
Be a problem if you open the door. Someone, yeah. So it was just such a. And then I walked outside late at night because I wanted food. That was a mistake.
Yep.
And so I'm walking around. There's human feces everywhere.
Brother, ugh.
And then there was just this like scene where you round a corner, because you see it in movies, and I round the corner and it's like all of a sudden there's just all of these people just drugged out in this one area, but it's like almost like they're moving in slow motion because like I got there and it's kind of like, oh no.
Yeah, zombie.
Kind of a zombie apocalypse kind of vibe. And they looked at me and it's like, well, they were going to chase me. And if it was one of those movies with the fast zombies, which is still terrifying, like zombies are supposed to be slow. I don't know who invented fast zombies, but you know, I just had to get out of there. So it was such a bad time. Such a bad time, and everyone that lives there is like, yeah, we know.
French fry when you pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
Yeah, I was recently there, and I mean, compare it to LA, because I think I have a good perspective. Because you see a lot of stuff on the news, and they're like, you know, California is this, and Hollywood, like all of California isn't Hollywood. All of California isn't San Francisco. These are like the biggest cities, you know. But it's like sometimes, and you see news from other places, and they like sensationalize stuff.
Yeah.
They do not do that with San Francisco, bro. It's crazy. And it's coming from someone who's lived in like the heart of downtown LA for years.
Patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty.
I feel like LA is more concentrated. Like you have Skid Row where like it all goes down. And then every once in a while you on a corner, you'll see somebody here and there.
Yeah.
But I feel like the extent, and there's a specific area called Union Square in San Francisco that's been hit like the hardest. But it's just like it feels like it's everywhere. Like it's not just like a little Skid Row. It extends everywhere. So I mean, we've obviously mentioned the drugs. That's of the homelessness and the drug epidemic, which is like most of it is mental health and addiction issues. So it's made public spaces unsafe, difficult to manage. And this has been kind of further fueled by the high rents in the city. And then their approach to it is like this, what they call a harm reduction over enforcement.
What?
So
it's just call it stupid. Just call it stupid.
But remember you did the video about what country was that who kind of had an open drug policy?
Portugal did it,
and it worked for them.
But they had we will let them kind of do what they want, but also give them lots of resources so that they can fix it, and clinics and all that kind of stuff they can get clean. So it's kind of like they had a method to their madness, and this one's kind of like I remember watching a video about they're interviewing people in San Francisco, like, what can we do about this? And it's like they think the big problem is that approach. They're just kind of giving away needles and stuff like that. Just like, here, just make sure your needles are clean. It's like, well, they're going to just take advantage of it, and it's not working. If the goal is to fix it, now the question is, are they trying to fix it? It doesn't seem like it's a good policy at all.
Yeah. And what makes me nervous is like, I feel like San Francisco is the prototype, and it's kind of trying to make its way to LA. Like I feel I can see LA turning into that. Because even recently, I've been taking like the metro more, the trains and stuff. It's just been kind of helpful for me. And literally, I got off on a stop, and they have all these different people, ambassadors for the metro, whatever. And this lady made an announcement, and she was promoting this app that you can get on your phone to like report incidences on the metro and help you whatever. And she literally said like, "Oh yeah, we've been having a lot of drug overdoses on the train, so we don't want anybody to die. So make sure you get this app." And I'm just trying to get to work, and I'm just like, what?
What? It's too chill for me. A little too common.
This is the discussion that we're having. Like, it was just really weird, man.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
I was driving the other day, and I was in like out by Venice, I think, and I saw like 3 homeless guys in a row. I felt like, oh, good, tic-tac-toe for me. And because I almost hit them all, because they all just kind of like, they did that thing again, maybe fast zombies are becoming a thing where they're like kind of standing still. So I see them and I don't think they're moving. And then as soon as I start driving, they start moving really fast in the direction of where I'm about to drive. So I was like, all right, well, that sucked. And that happened 3 times in a row. I don't know if they planned it. Maybe it's a weird kind of choreography that got going on. Maybe flash, those flash, whatever things are coming back, flash mobs. I would imagine that happening all the time in San Francisco because it's just much more concentrated, like you said. So in certain places, that might happen 10 times in a row. And then they're going to get hit by way more cars. It's going to be a whole thing. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know why they aren't doing what they did. We talked about this before in another episode too, where there was like a summit in San Francisco for some world leader organization, right? And they're like, well, we can't have all these homeless guys around everywhere. So for like a week or two, they kind of made them all go away.
Right.
What did they? I don't remember like what they did, but all of a sudden, like, oh, we don't have a problem. And then they went back to normal after all those leaders left. So it's like, why don't you just do that all the time?
Well, yeah, that was really weird.
Suspicious.
Well, obviously that's a big problem. That's one thing. Number 2, again, and I said it was kind of connected, is the cost of living. So San Francisco has some of the highest housing costs in the U.S. It's driven by strict zoning laws, limited new development, and high demand from tech workers. So there's an affordability crisis, and it's pushing middle-class residents and families out of the city. And again, this is like firsthand experience. Like I was just up there, and before I even did this episode, I was like, it felt like there were just two classes of people. You were either really, really rich, like you worked at a tech company, a Google, a Salesforce or something, and you just like got all the monies, or you were either on the street or about to be on the street. Like that, like there felt like there was no middle class. You either had money or you didn't.
Life in San Francisco. Check this out. Here go a Rolls Royce, what, a $300,000-$400,000 car, and over here you got people shooting up doing drugs on the street.
And the people that weren't like homeless or drugged out, it felt like that, you know, people say that San Francisco has a New York vibe. It felt like that, like everybody was hustling to just like get by. And you watch these like futuristic movies. Well, I'm probably getting ahead of myself, but it's like, it's so unbelievably expensive. I saw a valet for, I mean, this isn't the normal price, but there were places up there that had a valet for like $100. $100 to park your car.
Nope.
Average rent in San Francisco, $3,204. $3,000 a month.
That's very New Yorkish.
On average, a studio costs you $2,700, 1 bedroom $3,500, 2 bedrooms $4,800.
I'm trying to remember what was so great about San Francisco back in the day. What, the Gold Rush?
It's the San Francisco treat.
Okay, gold. Okay, besides that, it's very delicious. Besides that, Gold Rush, and then Profit. Like, what happened? Like, I'm trying to remember why San Francisco was such an attractive place for
Full House. They had Full House.
Okay, yeah, we're going way back now.
Maybe that's the last things that San Francisco had.
Because I mentioned that because I still talk to people who mentioned they're thinking about moving there, and my question is like, why would you do that?
I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that.
If you come to LA, I get it. Every industry is here, but for San Francisco, like, if it's not tech, I don't see why you'd go there.
Yeah. One thing I will say about that was cool when I went there. This is a random topic, but and LA they're almost there. I got off the plane and I could get right onto the train. Like the metro system goes into the airport. So you can just hop off the plane, get on the train, and go right into the city. I thought that was pretty cool. LA, you can almost do that, but it's still, they haven't finished the track yet.
Interesting. I guess that's a purpose.
There's always a thing where you're like, okay, how do I get to the airport? Somebody got to drop me off, or how am I gonna, you know? But yeah, you can do that in San Francisco. So that's one thing.
That is one thing.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking, what would behoove somebody to move to a place that's
behoove.
Thank you. That's expensive. At some point in the recent few years, the mayor declared San Francisco as a state of emergency because of the problem, right? Like that was the thing that happened. And
yeah.
But again, what are they doing to fix it? Because I just keep hearing about bad things and it's getting worse. And it's okay, well, do something. Like, you know, it just feels like they're like, yep, that's how it is. So come on down and get some money, I suppose.
But wait, there's more.
Oh God.
So we talk about the homeless and drugs. We talk about the unaffordability.
As you do.
On top of that, third thing is crime and retail theft. Something again I saw firsthand.
Nice.
So there's obviously rising crime, shoplifting. I saw this Joe Rogan clip where he said, and again, personal experience, he said that people are literally, I didn't see this, but he said it. People are leaving their windows in their cars rolled down and their trunks open.
Crime is next level in San Francisco. It is
Next level.
stupid.
Next
It
level.
is stupid.
People are parking their cars and leaving their windows rolled down and
And the
their
trunks open.
hatches open.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get smashed.
It doesn't matter what time of day, and it doesn't matter who's around.
Doesn't matter who's around. No one's stopping anybody from doing anything. It's crazy.
It sounded weird until like last year I had a break-in and they took like $100. But to replace the window, it cost like $200. So I was like, man, I wish they would have just took the $100 and then just left my window. because windows are expensive to replace and repair.
They are, yeah.
So like that's how bad it is. And then what I've also saw was that everything was on lock. I went to like a CVS, I went to a Target, and it was like everything was under lock and key. Ironically, I went to buy a lock and key. Yeah, they had like these lockers, but I didn't have a lock for it. So I was like, let me go to CVS and get a lock. And I had to get someone to unlock the case so I can get a lock.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like a bunch of random, usually like every once in a while you see like high priced electronics, or it used to be like power tools or something like super expensive, but it's like everything was locked up and you had to press a button and you had to call somebody to go get the thing that you wanted. And it just like, from a person who doesn't steal, it was just like psychologically, it was just like, this sucks, man. It's like the shopping experience. I couldn't like, because you go into a store, the benefits of going to a physical store, you can pick the item up, you can feel it, you can read the back, and it's like, I can't even see what I'm really getting. And if I don't want it, I got to call the person back and have them put it like, but it's because a few people just keep taking stuff. Like everybody suffers, and it's just like, it was really, if I could use a word to describe my experience there, it was just uncomfortable. I didn't feel unsafe, like I'm a big dude. I could take care of myself, but it just felt like
it could go down anytime, basically.
Well, I just didn't want to be there. Like, I don't want to be here. Like, it's not inviting. I think that's a good word. It just wasn't inviting.
Wait.
Since 2019, 47% of businesses in that Union Square area have left.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think all of them leave to turn into like a park or call it hobo land. Make it like that. Remember during the pandemic, no one talks about this, but during the pandemic, there was this one time in Seattle that just said this part of like, Seattle. It was like, you know what? It's ours. So F the police and everything. And they just like kind of took it for like months. Like, it was kind of their area. And it's like a long.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that? They should just do that and let it go, and then maybe burn it. I don't know, but let's let it. Count your losses and just let it go, because why maintain such a volatile area?
But it's crazy. I mean, I don't like to make videos about crapping on other people's cities, man. But it's just like especially after we went like a few years ago, and then coming back to it now and seeing like it's worse. And I talked to some people there, and they were like, or I talked to some people who live there, and I talked to some people who used to live there and then came back for the thing I was doing. And they were saying like, yeah, man, it didn't used to be like this. And it's just like, it's just bad. But we're out of time. So let us know what you think in the comments. Have you been to San Francisco? Like, do you just read the stuff on the news and like kind of, I don't know, hypothesize what's going on, how to fix it? Do they need policy changes? Is it like an economic thing? Let us know what you think in the comments. Keep the conversation going. And also, if you have someone who you think might be interested in this topic, hit that share button, man. Don't be greedy. Don't keep it to yourself. And look, man, 47% of businesses. You know what that means, Jericho?
That it's not enough. Is that what?
47% of businesses closing down and moving out of San Francisco?
That's heavy. That's a big number.
Square?
That's a big number.
You know what that means?
I think I do.
That means that a lot of people lost their jobs. Nobody working there because they're doing fentanyl in the bathroom. I don't know what's going on. Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Don't fentanyl. Oh, God.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
This is for our ancestors, Jericho.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
For all the cotton pickers, for all the slaves,
For everyone who marched in the Million Man March.
I don't think this was the dream that Dr. King had in mind. You should have done that when it was recorded. Like, I would have been so surprised because now I'm used to it. Oh. And I'll be honest, it took a while. It took a while to get the yogurt experience acclimated to my. It's just never. I don't think I've seen a person eat yogurt in years, man. I'm serious.
What?
Yeah, I don't hang around yogurt eaters. Like, not like there'll be yogurt on the side if you go to a Mediterranean place or something, but not yogurt just in a isolated incident.
In an isolated incident, someone ate yogurt today. Gold is up 10 points. Back to you, Jim. All right.
Let him use you. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yogurt.
Okay.
Unique New York.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Zab. This is Jericho. We are now 6-time international award-winning pop, hip-hop music duo band and future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And right now, I'm eating yogurt.
And I can't handle it.
And he can't handle it. But you're still tuned in to the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and ridiculous.
Please don't choke on your yogurt, man. I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with somebody who likes to go to fast food every now and then.
Okay.
Because they might be going a little bit less. And I'll explain why. And I'm going to explain something very interesting with regards to minimum wage at the end of this video. A shocking statistic when it comes to how much people earn.
I want to know what it is right now. Yeah. Tell me now.
You gotta wait to the end, man. You gotta wait to the end. All right. But first, you gotta watch this video because, I'm not even gonna set it up. Let's just watch it. This is Gavin Newsom, governor of California.
Hey, Gavin.
And these people have just lobbied for a fast food minimum wage that is higher than the regular minimum wage. So now these people will be earning $20 an hour at your fast food places in California.
Boy, these were some tough mountains.
This wasn't easy. 100+ hours in just the last few months negotiating this referendum off the ballot.
Oh,
that was a tectonic plate that had to be moved.
Wait for it. That lady had a lot more to say.
This is for my ancestors. This is for all the farm workers, all the cotton pickers.
Wow.
This is for them.
557,000 people, 30,000 locations. This is a big deal. $20 an hour. 80% of the workforce in these fast food places, 80% are people of color. 2/3 are women. The majority are breadwinners. And we have the opportunity to reward that contribution, reward that sacrifice, and stabilize an industry in turn. What a remarkable moment.
So it's going to be a lot better now. Well, right now we're going to have a chance to at least, maybe decide to save some little money or, pay all their bills or credit card debt.
This is going to help continue to pay our bills, help some people get out of eviction, help us catch up where we need to catch up because we haven't recovered from COVID just as of yet. So this is just the beginning of our wins.
So yeah.
Hey, I didn't expect her.
You gotta understand, Jericho.
She's dressed like a toy you find in a Happy Meal. I didn't appreciate that. I didn't appreciate that at all. Look, I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all. She came out of nowhere, bro.
This is for our ancestors, Jericho.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
For all the cotton pickers, for all the slaves, for everyone who marched in the Million Man March.
I don't think this was the dream that Dr. King had in mind. I really don't.
They worked hard. They fought so that we can make $4 above minimum wage.
All right, so while you have your moment, I think that's okay in a way. I definitely know. I don't think I know that $4 more an hour is not going to help you not get evicted. Maybe if you make good financial choices. See, here's the thing that people lose in the thing, all jokes aside, even though it was ridiculous. She was unnecessary to that video. I don't know why they picked her. I don't know why they picked her. I just didn't see the point. But it doesn't it doesn't matter how much money you make or don't, right? It's just about how you work with it and how much you keep. So I know people that work fast food that do very well because they're just smart and they budget and they're frugal. And I know people that make a lot of money that are basically broke. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
there's that. But and are those real statistics? I suppose someone says, oh, there this percentage of minorities and women, sure. So it's a step in the right direction, yeah. But as we've mentioned before, it could just mean that a Big Mac's going to be $10 next week. So,
that's kind of why I brought it up. It's it's not only to see what you think about it. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens because food prices alone right now are through the roof.
Man,
I saw like a bundle of grapes for like $6 a pound.
Yeah, you told me.
Like I bought like a few berries, and it was like $20 for like just to start off with. Like food is crazy. Fast food is also way expensive. Like I remember there was a time where you could give someone $10, like, and they could get a combo at someplace. Like now,
it's like a challenge to have a meal for under $10. It really is.
Yeah,
like maybe you can get
15 to 20.
Yeah, you can get an item. You can get a burger or something for $7, but a whole.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see if you kind of got lost in my laughing at that lady.
That was deserved. She feels. I feel like she makes a lot of bad decisions. That's just my honest opinion. I've never met her. Maybe she's wonderful. I hope she's doing well. I hope she sees this video and she likes Bandit Future. But I think her presence was a bit distracting to the whole experience.
But yeah, so this is a very weird situation that I haven't really heard of because basically the government is involved.
Right.
They created this like separate task force for like fast food worker wages, which I haven't really heard of before. With like it's not the government setting it, but the government is like an intermediary in this. And
are fast food workers specifically unionized?
I don't think so. There was a couple in the more educational videos that I passed over to play this one.
Oh, good choice. No, trust me. Good choice.
there was a talk about some different unions, but it isn't like a fast food worker union. It's some kind of, I think it's a service worker union.
Okay, that
So
makes sense.
I think that's fast food is maybe under that umbrella, but it includes a lot of different services. But yeah, so it's the government involvement. It just makes it kind of weird, and then also it's like, I mean, fast food has been minimum wage for like as long as I can remember. So to go above that, they were saying that this is like a 30% increase. So it will be interesting to see if there's a 30% increase in prices.
Right, because the logic says, where is it coming from? Where is the 30%? You can't make money out of nothing. I mean, the government tries, but you can't make money out of nothing. So if you raise one thing, something else is gonna be affected.
Yeah. I made maybe I'll put a link to it. This was a year or two ago. I was walking by KFC and they had and it was a small combo for like $18 for a small. And then what was I gonna say? The like if a sandwich is like $6 now, you add 30% to it, and now it's like $8 just for the sandwich.
Right.
Plus tax. So I mean the $10 combo is gonna be like a $10 sandwich pretty soon.
That's just too much.
In my opinion. Maybe because again, that's just one way of, balancing your budget, I guess, is to charge more. I mean, they could do the other thing, which doesn't really help people. I mean, it's just weird, ironic, for lack of a better term, is that okay? Again, you're a business owner. Prices go up for your workers. We're either going to have less workers, somebody's going to get fired,
right,
or more automation. So again, less workers or less hours. Nobody gets overtime. Something has to compensate. I mean, it's like people think they just pull minimum wage out of thin air, and it has to come from somewhere.
Wow, it's interesting you mentioned automation because
what?
I've got something planned for another episode.
What?
Anyway, but yeah, it's just we synchronized today. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man. Well, let me. What was I teasing before? Oh yeah, the minimum wage. Oh, this teases for something else. Whoops.
Oh,
maybe I can come up with another one.
It's kind of anticlimactic, but I appreciate the tease.
You have an interesting fact about minimum wage that you give to the people?
No, I do not.
Well, that's been another episode of Life Series Podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say, though, I wonder what will happen to the In-N-Out workers because they always got paid more than minimum wage. That was kind of the thing. That was the job you wanted in high school because you were on your feet because they deserve it. They're working round the clock. And I wonder if they're going to get more than the higher price than, more than the $20 now. It's kind of they operated like every fast food job was minimum wage except for In-N-Out.
Even Chick-fil-A?
I believe Chick-fil-A is also minimum wage. You just have to be a good-hearted person because those people, even if I don't like the food, they're very nice people. Very nice people working at Chick-fil-A.
Yes. Well, I'll give this maybe people don't know about this. If you ever want to own a Chick-fil-A, you have to start at the bottom and work there for minimum wage. So there you go. I gave him something. You can't just walk. You just can't just walk in a no matter how much money you have, you got to start at the bottom.
So let's say I just barge in. I'm LeBron James. I still got to work the shakes and fries.
LeBron James got to be peeling those fries back there, man.
Oh man. That's crazy. All right. I'll tell him.
Yeah.
He asked me to ask, so I'll tell him.
Yeah. All right.
Well then. That was cool.
Can you tell them a few other things about the Lakers that I have opinions on?
LeBron James the greatest.
I'm LeBron James. I'm LeBron James.
They're gonna go as far as Anthony Davis's knees can take them, which might be a second round exit this year. We'll see.
Man, we got way off topic. All right.
I know, but
make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. Like maybe probably the first 80% of it before we ran off the rails.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on the next episode, unless they take a job, unless they take it. Minimum wage on LeBron.
They took our jobs! They took our jobs!
check it out. I do remember how I got rid of her. Do you want to take a guess?
You staged an affair.
I did not do that.
You took a really bad poop and just left it there.
She
Why is there a pause? There's a pause.
Moving in with the lady or letting her move in with you, because they always say it that way. I'm moving in with my girl, but no, sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes the woman moves in with the guy. Is it a good idea? Is it not? I want to ask you first because I have a story. But have you ever done this? Have you ever, for whatever reason, decided to cohabitate with me?
Oh, cohabitate sounds dirty.
It does.
Your confusion is not rational. She's a healthy female of breeding age.
I have not, because I'm a good Christian boy. But
gotcha.
I have thought of scenarios. So this is the thing.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
I'm really on the fence about this because like I joked about, like being from a church upbringing, it's like that's a no. Like you shouldn't do that.
Sure.
And it's just like, okay. That sounds pure.
It sounds quite pure, yes.
But then also, like as I've gotten older and I've had roommates and stuff like that, man, you find out so much more. You want to get to know a person, like live with them, and it's just like, wow, that I didn't know that you did that, or I didn't know that you ate that, or I didn't know that you smelled that way on Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm. What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
There was a person at church, and she met this guy, and they were just head over heels in love, all that stuff, right? And then, but they never like really been alone together, stuff like that. So they were like super separated. And they got married, and it lasted like a month because they were finally living with each other, and they were just like, it's like, he's like, man, this is weird for me. Is it weird for you? It's like, yeah. It's like, should we be married? It's like, I don't know. And it was just like weird because they didn't have that, whatever that was. I don't know the details of their relationship.
Sure.
But moving in together just made it way different.
It changes the dynamic. It changes.
Yeah. I said all that to say, I really, at this point, I really don't know. Because, yeah.
There's an interesting
episode. I also forgot what the question was in the middle of all that.
Just if you ever moved in with a lady or had her move in with you.
Oh, then no. Next.
I see.
You serious?
Well, Rich Cooper, he's a good YouTuber, and he had an episode about it. He's taking questions and kind of compiling people's reasons for doing it. And a lot of them were either financial or kind of convenience based. So, hey, rent would be cheaper for two people, wouldn't it? Oh boy, let's do it. Or, hey, you live so far away. How about you just stay here so you never have to go home? I've heard that line specifically on TV shows. It's so cliche, right? But I one time let a girlfriend move in with me, and having done that, I'm
So
here
dramatic.
to tell you
Oh my God.
to never do that ever in life. I don't know how big you can put the word never, ever, ever in life in big letters. Never do this. Never do this. And also, by the way, never do it.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
It's started good for like a day because, oh, my girlfriend's here all the time. How wonderful. And then right away, there's this thing. I don't want to generalize, but I think I don't want to generalize.
Okay, I have a thought, but I want to see if you're going where I think you're going.
So I don't want to generalize. Okay.
I don't like where this is going.
All women do this thing where they kind of like judge everything you do, sometimes to you, but when they're observing you, they're not just thinking nothing. They're literally making calculated things about you that they may or may not ask you about. Why is it that when you walk in the room, you look around before you sit down? What kind of question is that? Like, but like, it's always the little things.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
All these things you never think of when you're by yourself. And it's like, okay, I guess let's talk about it since that's what you want to talk about. But I think for me, when that started, it's like being watched. I never felt like I was just existing. I was being monitored. And for better or for worse, and things that they then bring up 2 months down the road about something that I did without thinking about it. Because here's the thing, ladies, for ladies who are watching, and I think this is honestly true, I don't think women are capable of not thinking. There's always a thought going through their head. And men are very capable of not thinking. I have precious family members, aunts of mine who I love very dearly, who would ask me, Penny, for your thoughts. So like, dude, I don't have a thought in my head at all. I'm literally like, I'm not even aware that I'm breathing. And I think, and so that means that there aren't as many things that we consider important. So why do you look at me that way? I didn't think about looking at you away, so I don't have an answer for you. Why don't you have an answer for me? Is it because you don't like me? All of these things, you said it one way. I had to start analyzing every little thing that I said and did, and that alone drove me crazy.
Are you kidding? That's unfair. She made those. I need to calm down.
Patrice O'Neal, R.I.P., has a great quote. I say it all the time. He said that men like to be alone, but they don't want to be by themselves. And I was like, yeah, I get that 100%. Because like, I just want you somewhere around that I know, but don't be just here doing this like surveillance thing on me 24/7. Just kind of go do your own thing and let it be okay that when you're not around, even if we're in the same dwelling, I'm not thinking about you because I'm thinking about something else. And they are knitting me socks out of their own hair because they miss me when I'm not around. And I'm like, that's a bit extreme. I'll be honest, it's not necessary. I think he also said like women just love so much. It's too much. And maybe that's just the difference between men and women. But I was like, okay, so I didn't like that. Then,
but wait, there's more.
Things had to coordinate. So, hey,
there's a list of things.
He's going to bed. It's 10 o'clock. You know me, bro. I wake up at 10 o'clock. Like it's like 10 p.m. Like it's okay, time to get the day started. And she's like, hey, we should go to bed. How about that? How about this? How about you go and I'll come find you several hours down the road? But that created this kind of tension. Why don't you want to blah, blah, blah? We should do more things together. So I have more things. I don't want to get extensive with it, but it's just that for me, it wasn't a favorable experience. And if I ever get married, which I'd like to do, I recognize that's going to be part of the situation when I'm with someone. So I don't want to rush into that. I don't. And I have no problem saying, I've had other girlfriends like, we should move in together. I'm like, absolutely not. That's not even a thing, bro. But we can say that I don't care what the reason is. I'm not going to do it.
Nope.
I think that's some people's experience. And then a lot of times, like you mentioned, relationships change. Everything changes. We should combine. The same person that wanted to move in also wanted to combine our finances. So it's like, we've been dating for 3 months, bro.
That's
like,
definitely no way.
Come on. And then I think a part of the dating thing, it is nice to say, hey, what if I stay over your place tonight? That's kind of sexy, right? But if your place is my place, we're just at home We're like, middle-aged and bored. It's kind of not as exciting.
Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
I can't forget when I was out with a friend and I kept getting calls about when I was going to be home. And I don't know why, but I definitely stayed out extra long because I didn't want to go home anymore. And it's like, that's so lame. So I need my space. And I would just tell anyone who's ever thought about it to reconsider.
This is a public service announcement.
Well, because there's an episode of Steve Harvey who's like taking questions from the audience, and this one lovely lady is saying, "Hey, I'm thinking of moving in with my boyfriend." I think she talked like that. "I'm thinking of moving in with my boyfriend," and every woman is like, "No, don't do it, don't do it," because even they recognize that it's not the most advantageous situation.
That's a great answer. That's good.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, okay, so you're saying don't do it, but if you wait until you're married and then you see all of this stuff now, then it's just like, oh.
Well, yeah, but marriage is supposed to be like, well, this is what you got. Deal with it. That's what it's supposed to be, right? Supposed to?
I mean, that's a pretty way to paint it, but I mean,
it's not pretty, I know. Maybe, here's the thing. Have you thought about this? Gen Z and everybody? Just ask more questions. Just ask a lot more questions. I want to know about, so what's your like morning routine like? What do you do in the morning? Like if someone just like, just something kind of innocent, they snore. It's great to know that they snore before you move in with them. It's good to know. Do you snore? Question. So, I don't think so. What do your roommates think about that? You know what I mean? Do some investigating, do some digging, ask their mom, ask their family.
The way that you treat me. We've talked about. Let me speak!
yeah, that's actually good advice. I thought you were going to go the route of like them taking over your space. Like you walk into the bathroom and then now you can't see your sink because there's curling irons and eyelashes and hairspray and all kind of stuff, and you don't know where anything is anymore.
That actually didn't happen, which is interesting. I don't think she had a lot of stuff like that. She wasn't as into that. Maybe it was just kind of a rarity, but yeah, she didn't have a whole lot of products and things. I could see that happening too. And if that had happened, and this was like in my 20s, I totally would have let it happen. And she would have walked all over me and put Frou bunnies on all my brushes and everything. Yeah.
And everything is pink.
A surprise.
It's like, oh, I did some redecorating. Hope you like it. If you don't, it doesn't matter because I live here now. Yay.
Exactly.
Hi.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how I got rid of her. Oh, check it out. I do remember how I got rid of her. Do you want to take a guess?
You staged an affair.
I did not do that.
You took a really bad poop and just left it there.
She
Why is there a pause? There's a pause.
To her credit, I was out of town one weekend and then our whole apartment flooded. Like all the bad stuff coming out from the toilet and everything. Like one of those. Yeah.
Brother,
And she actually handled it. Like called the right people and blah, blah, blah. And actually, like literally by the time I got home, I didn't know anything had happened.
Wow.
So she was good for something, I guess. Like,
oh, thank you.
But anyways, no, dude, I swear to you, I couldn't talk to her. I couldn't bring myself to do anything like, hey, you need to get out of here. I swear to you, dude, I just moved. I literally just left the place that we lived in. And I said, hey, I got to go. Can you take care of this rent? Because I have to move. And I didn't tell her where I was moving to. And I did it. I've never moved, bruh. I've never moved that fast in my life. I was like, I have 3 hours. I have to get everything on a van and get out of here. And I did it. I called all my friends and I said, guess what we're doing? We're helping me move so I can get away from her. And they all knew the plan and they all helped me. And I'm still friends to some of them to this day. Thank you very much. I moved. I could not do anything else. So this has been another great episode of the Last Circus podcast. Make sure to
podcast circus.
I know, yeah, maybe. Make sure to like. Make sure to comment if this ever happened to you. If you've ever had experiences living with a woman, and also share this with anybody that is thinking about it, because
thinking about moving, just leaving your girl there.
Thinking about moving in and just leaving your girl there. That's exactly who you should share this with.
Oh my God.
We'll catch you on the next episode. Peace. I didn't think about looking at you away, so I don't have an answer for you. Why don't you have an answer for me? Is it because you don't like me? All of these things.
Oh, I had one. Got it. So it was like unique.
Recycling toilet paper?
I mean, wow. Wow.
I mean, I only brought it up because it is a real thing. Like, people do that.
How do you recycle toilet paper?
Do you want me to tell you, or
yes? What's up, everybody? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music duo Bandit Future. We make clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely California. And right now, you're tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that's funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But before we jump into today's topic, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with 2 people who are flashy. But you know they faking it, man.
That's cold world, man.
They ain't got it for real.
It's a cold world.
They ain't got it.
It's a cold thing.
So we, again, we've talked about this before. We're Hollywood centric, and Hollywood, Los Angeles is well known for people out here being flashy. They looking sharp. They got the clothes. I mean, they just decked out. Going to fancy restaurants in the hottest clubs, and then they go back to their studio apartment where they can barely afford to keep the lights on. It's just like, it's very much what you see isn't always what you get. Have you had that experience, Jericho? Have you seen people like that, or have you tried to be like that, or you just kind of, you know?
I get the appeal of it because there's always the two sides that seem to be competing, right? There's being rich and looking rich.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's more fun to look rich than to be rich, because being rich requires more discipline, and it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone sees you. And so if you care about what people think, then you really want to look rich. And yeah, I know people that are like that. They talk a big game about the moves that they're making and this and that, and they show up in nice whatever. They make sure to show up to the place and then change into something nicer because they have an important thing to go to, and they make sure everybody knows that they're going to this important thing, and they're better than you. It's like, okay, I get you, bro. But it's sometimes hard to tell because in LA, Hollywood, people look pretty good. Like physically look good. They're in shape. They wear nice clothes. You can get really nice clothes on a budget too. If you really have to, you don't have to go to Melrose and blow $800 on a t-shirt. You can go to, I saw the nicest jacket, honestly, last week at Ross for like $25. And I was like, ooh, I was killing. So you can make yourself look flashy without too much. In fact, yeah, Ross has a whole jewelry section. You can get decked out for under $100. You can. You know, but you always question it. I think you always question it. It's like, I wonder if that person really is somebody. Usually the telling point is if they're where I am, they're probably not rich. That's probably, yeah.
Hey, you come to this Starbucks too to use the Wi-Fi? Yeah.
Doubt.
Yeah, man, they shut mine off. But I look fly though, don't I?
Like that episode from Boondocks where Riley takes all the money that Granddad gave him for the weekend, blew it all on one shopping.
Oh yeah.
And he was like, "Ain't I'm clean though?"
Yeah. Riley, we don't have food to eat. Oh man, I'm clean though. Well, I brought this up because I saw a study by Redfin, which is a company that's into like the housing market. And obviously, the economy has been very rocky for past few years now, and inflation is sky high. And they did a study that shows that about 49% of Americans are struggling to even just pay their rent, and they're cutting costs in the most unique ways that they can, just to, I guess, survive.
Okay.
While still trying to look like everything is okay. So I guess a lot of people like really are struggling. So I mean, 50%, that's like 1 out of every 2 people that you know. So that's a lot of people. But they said that they are, to compensate, they are skipping vacations right now. They're working extra hours. They're selling their belongings. They're using up their retirement savings, especially millennials. And they're even skipping meals and medical treatments so they can keep their lifestyle but pay their rent. What is that? How does that sound to you? Is that shocking, or is it like, okay, that's what we're in right now?
It sounds like bad prioritizing and an overimportance on the exterior, right? Just like my life is just an Instagram reel. So as long as everyone's giving me the likes and I mean like publicly, like they're, oh look, you're doing well, then that's all that really matters, and then they can suffer in silence.
Yeah.
It seems unfortunate that that's being, and people wonder why there's so much anxiety and mental health and depression and stuff, because maybe from out of balance priorities, and then all of a sudden these results that they're getting from their lives are just kind of depressing, but they don't want to admit it. And that's, I guess that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like social media especially fuels that. And it's like, I won't say never, but I rarely go on to social media and see someone be like, hey, here's a picture of me like cutting down on fast food because I can't afford it. Like that isn't, that's like it's the highlights of people's lives. And so you only see the good stuff. When they're all like, a lot of people can be struggling. So I just have a couple of questions just so people can see how we living, you know what I'm saying? So inflation is hitting everybody. Like I feel like everybody feels it at some level. So for people who are cutting costs, are there some stuff on this list that you are doing or have done, or some things that you're not on the list that you're doing that's just like just keeping you in a good position financially?
Yeah, I haven't. I love to travel, and I haven't really gone on a vacation since 2022. I think I've honestly only left the state like twice in the last year and a half. So there's that. Even though traveling isn't expensive, vacationing is expensive. So I mean, if I wanted to, I could go to some place and stay in an Airbnb and chill. But vacationing, I haven't taken a vacation in a while, and then I haven't gotten tattooed really, because I like tattoos, obviously. But again, it's like, is it a priority? I suppose not. So I've been held back on that. And then just eating out in general, cooking more, eating out less. And even with dating, trying to find that like happy medium between like, let's not go all out on this. Let's find a place where it's like it's not burgers and fries, but it's definitely not Beverly Hills top of the line, because I got money for that. Those areas.
Yeah, those are all like very practical things. I would say I do some of the same thing. If I could offer something different, one thing that I did recently that you noticed, and then I've talked about it before, and it wasn't just because of like prices, but it was just I just wasn't getting the quality service. Was my haircuts. So like I just started, and I did one pretty recently. I think it looks kind of clean, man.
Okay.
I think I'm out here like I could do a few things.
I feel you.
As a barber, but like, I mean, a large part of that was just frustration, just unable to find a barber. If I do find a barber, like I have him for a minute and then he moved to Texas or something. Like something always happens. I'm just like, I'm so frustrated trying to find a barber. And so let me just get, my hair isn't that complicated. Just need to teach myself how the fade part is really the hardest part.
Right.
But other than that, like I just do it myself and it saves me like a lot of money at the same time. So it's like a win-win situation.
Yeah.
So I do like the eating out thing too. That's a thing. And then what else have I been doing?
What else has he been doing?
Oh, I had one and I forgot it. So it was like unique.
Recycling toilet paper.
I mean, wow. Wow.
I mean, I only brought it up because it is a real thing. Like people do that.
How do you recycle toilet paper?
Do you want me to tell you, or
yes? Because that doesn't make sense at all. After it's been used, how do you reuse it again?
You rinse it off.
No, you can't do that.
You hang it up to dry.
No,
in your house.
Well, then it's not toilet paper. It's like a rag or something, right?
It's toilet paper. I've seen videos of this, man.
That's not possible.
It's apparently this guy knows something that I don't, because
it disintegrates with like water. How can you wash toilet paper?
He washes toilet paper and he hangs it up to dry like it's the South in 1945. Yeah. I'm assuming you don't do that. Or if you did do that, you would have no friends. So please don't do that. But yes, that is a thing I've seen people do to cut down. And I'm talking about a person that I forget what movie it was, but this guy was a millionaire. And that's part of his frugal plan. I think it's a little extreme, but everyone's got their thing. He recycled toilet paper. So don't do that. Please don't do that.
Wow.
That's very gross. And yeah, he has no friends.
Right. Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's not what you were going to say.
That was, I've never heard of that. That's interesting. All right. Well, here's another thing, last thing about affordability, to just kind of put things into perspective. The people who have houses are having a hard time paying the mortgages, and the people who don't have houses, it just looks more unaffordable every day. And so the study also showed that the average American earns $30,000 less than what they need to purchase a house. So you're $30,000 a year annually.
That sounds right.
So I kind of went down the rabbit hole of mathematics. Okay, how much is this? How many people is this affecting? So the average income that they say you need to buy a house, this is a national average, to buy an average house, to get a mortgage and stuff like that, $109,000 a year. That's household income. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't have to be an individual. It could be like a partnership or whatever. So that's $109,000 a year to buy a house. In California, what do you think that number is? Specifically Los Angeles.
Higher, for sure. I would go to like 145. Is that not enough? I hope that's enough.
That's generous. Household income, according to them, they said you need $231,000.
Yo, I mean, that's okay. More than I expected, but it doesn't sound. I know people that are paying $5,000 a month on their apartment. So
yeah.
On
that mortgage, that's what you'd be paying, about no, $5,400 a month for a house.
It's
So
not possible for most people.
You gotta think it makes sense because if you're paying that's 50, math. I want to do it. That's almost $65,000 in mortgage payments. So that would be a quarter of 240 something thousand. So I think people would expect you to and be in the like 25-30% range of how much goes to your mortgage payment to make you eligible. So
Sure.
200,000 plus sounds right if you're paying $65,000 a year in mortgage payments.
It's crazy. I mean, you can get a house in the sticks, of course, in the desert, whatever.
Oh yeah,
cheaper.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, this is just like median nice house, somewhere.
yeah, LA is no joke.
So last thing I checked out is how many people that cuts out. So how many people make under $240,000 to be eligible to buy a house like this?
Most is the answer.
Your answers have been so general.
I mean, how many people are in California? 35 million, something like that?
I don't know. And I think this may have been Los Angeles. So I don't want to.
Oh, okay. So Los Angeles, maybe 14 million, 15 million. I don't know. But of those.
Well, just on a percentage, because that's what I have here.
Oh, like 95%? 95%?
95. That was it.
Uh-huh.
So 95% of people cannot afford a house. So this has been another depressing episode of the Life's a Circus podcast. For all you renters out there, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share how difficult it is for you to buy a house, because it doesn't seem possible for the large majority of people.
Accurate.
Yeah, inflation. Keep your job. Bye.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
If this was in California, they would be asking for like $60 an hour.
Right.
To
serve mediocre waffles.
To provide mediocre service, serving mediocre food. $60 an hour.
To mediocre people. All right.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music duo Band and Future. We do clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that is uniquely California, and you are now tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about things that are funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But wait a minute.
Hold up.
Y'all been laughing. Y'all been crying. Y'all been spitting your food out.
There we go.
When we talk about gross stuff, you just been having a good time on our dime. And we need to support your boys by making a little noise. Oh, bars. I like it. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment.
Oh God, it has to, I don't. Okay, so just to explain something for y'all, when we do these topics, the other person doesn't know what the topic's about to be, so it's like the grand surprise. I'm here waiting, and it seems like it's going to be a doozy.
Make sure you share this video with your favorite Waffle House employee, because Waffle House employees have a few demands. And I'm going to show you a video here.
Okay.
Of a, as the news calls it, a developing story.
Is that what this is?
With some interesting characters who have some demands for Waffle House.
Waffle House employees across the Southeast are demanding more pay. Employees held several rallies this week at restaurants, including right here in Atlanta. Channel 2's Larry Sproul is live on Piedmont Avenue in Buckhead.
Hey, what up, Larry?
Locations. And Larry, you've been talking to both
clean white shirt
as
on.
well as those men and women who work hard every day.
Yeah, well, Michael, corporate leaders tell me they are aware of what happened at several other Waffle House locations like this one right here in Atlanta. Meanwhile, I spoke with employees. They tell me they simply want more pay. It's a simple demand from Waffle House employees across the Southeast and here in Metro Atlanta.
We're asking for $25 an hour.
Gerald Green says he's been working at Waffle House for years.
I'm what they call a grill operator. I'm a cook. I'm a rock star cook. I've been at Waffle House for about 7 years, and highest level cooking can be outside management.
Gerald Green looks different after the NBA.
Paid a lot more. If you mind me asking, how much are you guys making right now?
Well, I'm a rock star, so at my store I'm making $17.75.
That's why employees are demanding better pay.
You're constantly having to go from one job to the next.
This week, employees protested at several locations across the Southeast, including Atlanta.
My union is my power. We want 25 an hour.
It's a campaign that USSW, the Union of Southern Service Workers, has launched at multiple Waffle Houses.
But Green says they're also asking for 24-hour security at all the restaurants. Channel 2 Action News was there in August when a former employee was shot and killed outside this Waffle House in DeKalb County.
A lot of workers are hurt by customers. A lot of workers are mistreated by customers. And people say it's funny to be seeing people in fights all the time, but we're not really MMA fighters like the memes online say that we are.
I reached out to Waffle House corporate. A spokesperson sent me this statement. It says, in part, Waffle House remains proud of its long history of effectively and directly addressing associate concerns. Our senior management teams continue to work alongside our associates as they have done since our company's inception.
All right, so that's the main idea.
Got it. There we go.
So,
I'm a rock star. I should be making 25 an hour. I'm a rock star.
Shout out to the what do you call himself? A grill
master. It's like the grill trifecta. There's the grill master, there's the grill sergeant, and there's the grill. I don't have the third one. Never mind.
Okay, so I don't even know where to start, man. let's just start by explaining Waffle House, because a Waffle House. Let me see. It has 1,900 locations in 25 states.
That's a lot.
And for people who don't know, it's American diner. Serves mostly breakfast food, but they have other things too, and predominantly in the Southeast United States. Yeah. So we're in California. I don't think there's any Waffle Houses out here.
I don't believe so.
California. Have you ever been to a Waffle House?
Sure have, sugar.
Oh. Okay.
I was attended by Dolores.
So you know names and everything.
Yeah.
So you know the vibe. I haven't been to a Waffle House in since I was a little kid. I think so. From the vibe, from what I don't know if it's changed, but from what I remember, it was very trucker-ish.
Sure.
Like a place where truckers go to it's not like IHOP. I think the big thing out here is IHOP, International House of Pancakes. It's
classy.
Yeah, it's a total.
It's very. I was there. I was in Nashville last year, and
it's a different vibe. I say closer to Norms, but even Norms is
Norms is a step above.
Step above. Oh bro. Oh my God. So, the thing about Waffle House, before we get into the wages, this is the hilarious thing about Waffle House. Is for some reason, it's always something going down. Yeah. Waffle House, bro. And Waffle House has been the subject of SNL skits, Daily Show skits, and it's just notorious for fights happening. Yeah. And I don't know why. So there's this lady, one of the most infamous Waffle House fight club members. I don't know.
Yeah.
Her name is Haley Booth. She worked at a Waffle House as a waitress, and she's become like this meme because like very similar to the Montgomery Riverboat brawl. She like threw a chair, and it was just it became a meme. So it's a big social media thing with Waffle House, and like these are some of the quotes from like social media.
Okay.
Oh, Haley, the waitress, she says, and I quote, "I've probably cleaned blood off of every surface of a Waffle House," just to give you guys an idea. Someone else as a joke said, "A fully staffed Waffle House could take out ISIS." There's another one.
Yeah, accurate.
This says, there's a Fight Club meme that says, "If this is your first fight at Waffle House, you have to fight." So that's the vibe of Waffle House. And then for the waitress, she says that the primary reason she thinks why there's fights is two reasons. Is one, it being open 24/7, and two, them serving alcohol, and the combination of those two things turning into fights.
Yes, well, two things. Can we every time we say that, can like something just pop up like a head or something? Just to hint like coming soon to a podcast near you. Two things, but one, I don't think it's a coincidence that the Waffle House logo uses the same colors as Spirit Airlines. That's just kind of my first thought. Second, and this is from personal experience, people are drunk when they get to Waffle House.
Yes.
So it does not matter whether they serve it or not.
I read that too. So basically,
for sure.
Yeah, Waffle House is like the after club spot.
Yes.
So once the club closes down, the Waffle House is open and ready for all comers. And man, it's just...
yeah, they gotta shut it.
Waffle House.
But places like Denny's are open 24 hours, a lot of them, and Denny's don't have that. So it's
something about Waffle House.
It's something about Waffle. It's like when you walk in, you do feel this. The first time I went to Waffle House, I was young. I was probably 10 or 11 in Missouri, I think. And I remember I remember my waffle was cold and the butter wasn't melted. So I was mad about that. But I also remember that there were people. Oh, there's a word that my mom used to say all the time. Nefarious. I think there's some nefarious individuals in the corner, and she's kind of uncomfortable with having her kids in this place with these nefarious individuals. Kind of suspicious. And I didn't know that was normal until I went to another one later, older, and I was like, I feel like those are the same people. Like, I was like, I think they just have them instead of the weird bunch from the McDonald's group, right? They just have these cats in the corner ready to start some stuff. Like, that's what it feels like.
Yeah. I was so thrilled about this topic.
Also, I think the food is okay.
Yes, so that's a good segue. The food and the service.
It is borderline acceptable.
And so now, flash forward to today, Waffle House employees are pushing for $25 an hour in Georgia. I'm getting mixed numbers, but I think the Georgia minimum wage is $7.25 today.
That sounds about right.
So
Georgia,
I mean, that's almost a 4 times increase. That's like, so to put it in California numbers, the minimum wage is like $16, $17 an hour.
Going to 20.
So that means like, if this was in California, they would be asking for like $60 an hour.
Right.
To
serve mediocre waffles.
To provide mediocre service, serving mediocre food. $60 an hour.
To mediocre people. All right. It should be like an intervention. Like if you're in the Waffle House, like man, IHOP's right over there. Just
copyright.
Just
wow.
Just do yourself a favor and upgrade a little bit. Upgrade a little bit, or make some. I would rather eat Eggo waffles from the toaster than eat Waffle House waffles. Like to me, they're comparable, and maybe Eggo's got a slight edge. So,
oh man,
nothing too special about the Waffle House, but they're everywhere. Everywhere.
1,900 locations. It's a big chain, but $25 an hour, bro.
That's a lot to make waffles. Have you ever made a waffle before? It's very straightforward. You take the pre-made batter, pour it into the waffle-shaped contraption, and then you wait. And that's it. That is it. And I've seen people fail at that. And oh, by the way, they've also been working at the Waffle House while they failed. So what's the end game for them? I mean, one, are they going to get it? Is there any precedence for this? Also notice in those videos, there was like 9 people protesting. Is that really right? You said there's 1,900 of those things, and those videos didn't have nothing more than like one store worth of employees. It was like one store that decided to speak for all the Waffle Houses. And I feel like that's not going to get it done. Not at all. It's not enough, Waffle House.
It's the beginning. You got to start somewhere, man.
Sure you do.
Hey, support them.
Wow. I think I'd just go to IHOP and support them instead.
But no, people are jumping on the bandwagon because you got the SAG strike, the writers' strike, UPS workers were on strike, auto workers on strike. So Waffle House people are like, yo, we like a good fight.
I think everyone wants to make more money, of course, but what's the value you're providing? What are you doing for me that I can't do myself? And like I said, I can make me I got a decent waffle maker. I can make myself a waffle. So I don't know what they're going for, but if they get it, good for them.
25 an hour. Wow.
That's a whole lot. Leading the charge, the rockstar cook, rockstar grill master. He should probably just go solo. That's what I'm thinking. Instead of doing this whole trying to lead the charge thing, just be like, I'm the rockstar grill master. Make his own YouTube channel. Have a shit. Hey, bro, I'll manage you. Just give me $25 an hour, and I'll manage you.
Start a whole chain of waffle apartments.
Man, I see the possibilities. I see the future.
Not the whole house, but we want a waffle apartment.
We can get a waffle condo on the down payment on a waffle condo. Look, that'll be all right. A waffle sublet, if you will.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about this way too long.
We still could. That's the problem. I can keep going for another 10 minutes because it is fun to talk about.
Oh man, I'm in tears. Good old Waffle House. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. Well, again, your favorite Waffle House employee.
Ooh.
And as a sign of support, of course.
Sure.
And yeah, we'll be back here, same bad station, same bat channel. Is that how they said it? I don't remember.
I don't really remember either, but
yeah, I'm not old enough to remember that.
Nor am I.
Well, good luck, Waffle House employees.
I hope y'all don't get fired.
They don't take your job. The waffles are cold.
They took our jobs. They took our jobs.
Everything works, you know. I've been able to text you or call somebody or search the internet. Like, it all works. That's the good. The bad,
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Let me just say this. What's up, everybody? I'm Zap, and this is Jericho, and we are the now 6-time international award-winning pop hip-hop music duo band and future. We do clean, fun music that everyone can listen to with a sound that's uniquely Californian. And right now, you are tuned into the Life's a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that's funny, interesting, and ridiculous. But wait, need you to help us out, support our channel, because YouTube pays our bills. Not really, but hopefully in the future. Look.
Yep.
I don't know your life. I got to check in and saving and checking. Things are complicated. I need you to subscribe. What I'm trying to say is, I need you to subscribe. I got kids to feed, man. Y'all ain't been subscribing. I need you to subscribe, man.
I didn't know you had kids.
Subscribe, like, share, comment, because this is actually a very helpful video.
Ooh, helpful.
Because there's a thing happening, and I tried it out, and I'm going to let you know how it goes. So there's a thing called Helium Mobile. It's a phone service that I switched to, and not only was it half as much as my original phone plan, but it also makes me money. If you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how much money I've made with Helium Mobile in the past 2 months of trying it out. All right, so Helium Mobile, I think I told you about this when I first started doing it. Because so backstory is, my phone was not, what was it? I could receive text messages, but I couldn't send text messages. So, and I had T-Mobile at the time, and I was literally on the phone with T-Mobile customer service for like 2 to 3 hours, like trying anything and everything possible. So I don't know if it was the phone. I don't know if it was T-Mobile. I actually like T-Mobile. I have nothing like against them personally, but I was just like, well, this is the perfect opportunity for me to try this thing I've been hearing about, which is Helium Mobile. Now, Helium Mobile is in the cryptocurrency world. So that's something that I've been kind of looking into for the past few years now. And so I'm kind of in that world. I kind of know how it all works. So it might be foreign for people who have only been on like major carriers like T-Mobile or Verizon or something. But Helium Mobile is, the parent company is called Nova Labs, and they started what I think is the first kind of crypto-centered, crypto-based cell phone service. And so they did a trial of this in Miami, and the results were interesting. The service worked, but they were giving the phone service for $5 a month. And the people who liked it thought it was cool, but what they found out was that, like, with it being $5 a month and it being crypto related, people would be like, I don't know. Like, but like psychologically, that's so interesting because
it doesn't cost enough. So like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it didn't cost enough, and I was like, I wish that wasn't the case, because I would love to pay $5 for my phone bill. So they bumped it up to $20, which is comparable with like I would say second tier phone services. You know, not the major ones, but like the Mint Mobiles and the Cricket Wireless, like that kind of stuff. They have services for like $20 a month, $25 a month. Once they finished the Miami test, they went to like I think it's everywhere now, or at least nationwide in the US. So just off of that beginning, I think I mentioned it to you. You may have been skeptical. What do you think about transferring from your existing phone service to this new like crypto phone service that pretty much just started this year?
I think two things happen to do. One is the idea of just leaving something that you're used to. I honestly think a lot of people fall in that category. Like, well, what I'm paying doesn't suck. It's not bad. So I don't want to change. Like, that's all. It's like, I already found my thing that works, so I don't need a new thing, even if it's better. But also, there's the lack of confidence from a new thing. That's all. So you have a service, like I've had AT&T since forever, right? So honestly, thinking about it, my brain goes, but what if it doesn't, you've been going to this place the whole time and it works just fine. Why go try something else? What if that doesn't work? So I think there is that doubt there. And honestly, the third thing, disassociating with crypto, which is the new thing, it's like, what does that mean? How does that work? There's a lot of questions that surge as opposed to having I have a phone service, AT&T, they do phones, boom, got it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the crypto part, especially because it's gotten better, but it's still very much the wild, wild west.
Right.
Like there's all kind of stuff going on. And if you aren't like, if you're messing with stuff outside of like the big name Bitcoin and Ethereum, but even then the stuff goes down. But like all this other, I mean, the thing is like Bitcoin dominates the news, but there are like thousands and thousands and thousands of other coins. And there's so much going on outside of Bitcoin. Like it's insane the amount of stuff that's going on, the amount of projects and different things that people putting together. But yeah, it's kind of scary. And I mean, I honestly wouldn't recommend it for someone who, one, is not computer or tech savvy, and two, hasn't really been into crypto a whole lot. Because I also had another experience. So Helium is like a Bitcoin. It has its own. There's a Helium, what they call a token. Bitcoin's a token. Helium has its own token, but then there's Helium Mobile that had its own token.
Okay.
So Helium Mobile came after like this original Helium, where a lot of people made money during a whole different kind of mining helium. I don't want to get too technical, but I just want to say that like the helium provided these mining devices, which were expensive, several $100s or sometimes into the thousands. And you would make money by mining helium, which was great when helium, the price was really high. But when it dropped, you were like, now you were making, people were making thousands of dollars like a month, like in this like heyday period. And it dropped to like pennies. So that was like a few years ago. And that's something that I tried, and I spent like $500 on a device, and it was like making me a little bit of money. And now it makes me like 10 cents a month or something, maybe. Like it just like plummeted. But that's the crypto world. The prices, it's like the stock market on like acid. It's just nuts. I mean, you're rich one day and broke the next day, but I digress. So anyway, because I'm crazy, I tried out Helium Mobile. It's not bad. All right. So at least for me. So my original bill was like $50 a month, unlimited. And then you know how they have like unlimited and then it like throttles after a certain gigabytes, whatever. So I had the same thing with Helium Mobile. My original one's throttled after 50 gigabytes. This one throttles after 30. So I only paid $20 a month plus tax. So it's 21 something. And then, you know, everything works. You know, I've been able to text you or call somebody or search the internet. Like it all works. That's the good. The bad,
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Let me just say this. Unlimited is, when it throttles, man. It's just like zoop. Like you are, once you hit that cap, like you pretty much need to use another phone because your data is just so incredibly slow. But that's just kind of what it is. So the slowdown after the 30 gigabytes is insane. The app that you have to download to use it constantly crashes. You open it and there's a blank screen. You have to open it again or maybe restart your phone. There's constant updates and rule changes. Because again, it's like crypto, things change so much. And what I mentioned before, the price fluctuation. So like you earn this cryptocurrency token, but it could be worth a certain amount one day and it could be worth half of that the next day. So all that coupled with just like understanding crypto, again, it's fine for me. I'm cool with it, especially when I tell you how much money I've earned and saved. But it's not just like cut and dry, set it and forget it. I don't think it's for most people, at least not right now.
Gotcha.
So to pay off the teaser,
okay.
Y'all want to see how rich I am off this Helium Mobile.
Drum roll.
And again, just to explain that, you earn Helium tokens. This is another thing that just people might be like,
okay.
Yeah. You earn Helium tokens by sharing location data, and the Helium uses that location data to understand where they need coverage to expand the network. And they promise, as always, never to sell your data to any third parties. So there's that. I'll let you do with that what you will.
Lies and slander.
So currently, again, there seems to be a trend in crypto where, like, if you get on something first very early, you seem to make the most money, and then it just kind of like it just kind of settles there. So in terms of Helium tokens, when I first started, I think I was earning like 700-800 Helium tokens a day. The current price of Helium or Helium Mobile tokens, current price of Helium Mobile is like 0.003 cents.
Okay.
So basically like a Spotify stream.
Gotcha.
For every Helium Mobile token, but you're earning hundreds of these a day. So I think like when I first started, I was making like around $2 to $3 every day, which is once you set it up, the only thing you have to do is move around because it's location based. So you can't be in the same spot. But if you move around throughout the day, at the end of the day, you'll get, the certain amount of tokens. So I'm pretty active. So I was making a couple of $2 to $3 a day. That has since dropped. It's currently like $1.50 to $2 a day. But again, like a couple of dollars a day for not really doing anything.
Sure.
That's kind of cool. When people when this first started, people were saying they were making like 1,000 to 2,000 tokens a day. So this was like a few months ago. So you can like see the pretty rapid decrease. And could it go back up? Yep. Could the price go back up? Yep. So who knows? But for 2 months, and I actually put this on 2 different phones.
Okay.
So in 2 months, and this is after paying my phone bill, my $20 phone bill each month, which you can also pay with a Helium Mobile token.
I was gonna ask. Okay.
Yeah. So you can take. So basically, there's no money coming out of my bank account now, which is great. You earn the token, you take a little bit of it and pay for your phone service, and you keep the rest of the tokens. You can sell them, you can keep them, hope that they go higher, whatever you want to do. But I've made about $100 per phone for 2 months. So no phone bill, basically, coming out of my bank account, and I made about $200. So the trade-off, for me, I don't mind it right now.
Sure, right.
Again, who knows? Time will tell. But if you want to try Helium Mobile, there's a referral link in the description. I think if you use that referral code, you get like $5 or it might be $10, something like that. You'll see it. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I see.
But yeah, you'll earn it towards your Helium Mobile plan. You can try that if you want to. But again, like if you're not a crypto person, I wouldn't it's not so cut and dry. I'll say it like that. So try it at your own risk. Now, after hearing my story, you think that you would want to try Helium Mobile?
I thought about it since the first time you brought it up, because the idea of just, I guess the downside, I need my phone to work fast all the time. I need it to be fast. I absolutely need it to be fast all the time. So I don't know how I would deal with that. I use it a lot, but just the idea of my bill's probably $100. If I'm paying $100 and you're making $100, like that seems more fun than making part.
Yeah.
So consider.
Yeah, we'll see. Let us know what you think in the comments. Do you want to try it? Do you think it's crazy? Are you scared to leave your phone service? Is crypto still too wild for you to like mess around with? Let us know. This has been another episode of the Life's a Circus podcast. Again, like, subscribe, share. You know what it is. Maybe if you get enough Helium Mobile, you won't have to work anymore, and you'll never be in danger of losing your job. You never be in danger of losing your job because you got so much Helium Mobile tokens. Oh, it's only worth a Spotify stream right now.
They took our jobs! They took our jobs! Took our deer!
The WNBA. Do you watch that thing? Do you watch it?
I do not.
Nor do I. All right. So we've had that talk. Right. Now, what's going on, everybody? I'm Jericho. This is Zap, and we are Bandit Future. This time